Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast on March 20th, 2025. Time code this thing. We're Easy Allies. We got an exciting show today. We have Gabby Montoot here.
Hello.
We got Robamiani.
How's it going, everybody?
And we got Isla Hank in the booth.
What up?
Along with Don Casanova lurking in the shadows. It is a hype show. As you see, Daniel Bloodworth is not here because he's at GDC, greasing palms, schmoozing around, living the dream.
Kissing babies.
Is he? I didn't see that.
No.
Oh,
That's just what you say about like a politician, you know, like shaking hands, kissing babies.
Yeah. This week's topics. Assassin's Creed Shadows has released. We're going to get into it. There's lots to talk about. It has been unleashed. Also, Bloodworth, who is not here, unfortunately, and myself had the chance to play 33 Immortals. So we're going to be talking about that. The Future Games show was this morning. Over 3-hour marathon show, longer than John Wick Chapter 4. Many games were revealed. Many, and we're gonna talk about
perhaps too many.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little in depth on a handful of them, and possibly more news from GDC. We'll see how the show is going and running, and we'll get to that.
Did we put anything in that part?
I don't know. It's up to us.
We don't have anything for
Maybe
GDC.
Circana numbers?
Yes.
Yeah, Damiani's filling in some stuff.
Damiani's got some good shit in the shadows here, ready to unleash.
We really got a team effort through this podcast together, like in the last 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
Easy Allies, love and respect. We are one. Fight as one. Fight as one.
Apes together strong.
Yeah.
Apes together strong, dude.
So hyped. Yo, Planet of the Apes 5 coming in 2027. Please be excited. All right. Let's dive into the first topic. The Future Games show. They had this morning, and there were just a ton of games revealed. Some that we had seen before, and then some brand new debuts as well. First up, this is... Isla found this one.
Yeah.
Just because I read the title.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like FIFA. And then it is.
FIFA 98. Of course, we've been talking about a lot about FIFU, you know,
yes.
Sifu's soccer game
rematch.
Coming out. Yeah, rematch. But now here we have another weird-looking soccer game kind of wrapped in a Silent Hill Resident Evil vibe. Yeah, isn't this
I thought you were playing the wrong footage at first. I was like, wait, what is this?
They're using a severed head as a ball?
Yeah.
And it's like horror soccer?
And it's
or
like
something?
a PS1 game.
And the music, we don't have the music, but the music for the trailer is like surprisingly pleasant.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Chill wave.
Head is a ball. That's like a nod to the first, was it Hostel 1 or 2? That's like the end.
I haven't seen Hostel since like 2005 or whenever the hell.
I just remember that scene because everyone used to share clips of that movie, and I think at the end, like the villain, gets decapitated, and little kids in the field just kick their head around and play soccer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
It's like I saw the devil.
Yeah.
Like, yikes.
This trailer looks crazy. Soccer
Love it.
is evergreen, but we always love new ways to play sports. Because like growing up, some of my favorite sports games were the Mutant League series, Mutant League Hockey, Mutant League Football. Those were so fun. So I think just having like weird sports games is always so nice because especially in today's age, it's like so restricted. It's like, MLB and NBA and NFL, they have those things on lockdown. So we don't really get like, NFL Blitz type games anymore. So
wait, who is Jacob Jazz? Who is that?
No clue.
The rabbit?
No idea.
No, I've seen that name
Jumping
before.
Jazz Jackrabbit or something? I have no idea.
Like what else has he done? Because the game is called Jacob Jazz's FIFA 98. And I definitely heard that name before.
Jacob
Jazz.
It's a musician.
Yeah, maybe
And
it's that
there's
sick music you were hearing.
There's an Itch.io here.
Interesting.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
Maybe I'm crazy.
I think you're crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Silent Hill X FIFA 98 I don't know if this is the same person. I don't know. They're at GDC apparently. So.
Well,
maybe we'll have Blood track.
maybe Blood can shake a hand over there.
Track them down.
First-hand report. Blood. Get on it.
Watching this trailer, like every time I think I have a grasp on what the game is, then I
clue.
see something else. Like, who is that tall person with a cross on their head? What are they doing? Like,
and like, do you control them sometimes?
Yeah,
like,
or are
what's
you
happening?
like recruiting creatures
Bizarre
to fight
world.
to play on your team? Like, is that a defender?
No clue. I see axes and blood. I'm in. All right, next up, Animal Use Protocol. Apes Together Strong.
Oh, here we go.
Apes Together Strong. Yep.
Yeah.
We are Caesar in this game.
No. Don't.
Wait.
I wish we
We're
were
a
Caesar.
character named Penn, and we have our little rat buddy named Trip.
Can I mod Koba in though, Gabby?
Just a different looking chip that you can't even see because it's first person. And I noted when we were watching this, like, you know, they do testing on chimps and they do testing on rats, so that must be something. And it also seems like it's in space, and there are these crazy, like, human
Rat King
inside
looking freaks.
Rat King looking creatures that are chasing you. Yeah, it looks like Dead Space plus Planet of the
Yeah.
Apes.
Planet of the Dead Space.
Yeah.
Looks rad. Yeah, looks just creepy, cool. Always down for these like first person immersive
Yeah.
scary games. It's like such a great genre. And we love talking apes. So.
I love playing as animals, so
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Looks like there's some puzzles too.
Yeah. Little worried about a lot of the puzzles seem to be just like kind of picking stuff up with that gravity looking gun.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it all shakes out.
It's the game you like, the horror one, right? Isn't that one of the guns too? That picks up and shoots stuff back. What am I thinking?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Dead
right?
Space. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Of course, yeah. The
But
stasis.
didn't Red Faction also have something like this too at one of them, or no? The
Gravity
one,
gun is a staple.
Yeah, gravity gun
Yeah.
is staple for
Or
sure.
what's that like
Well,
Dead
let's-
Space like that came out a couple years ago? Callisto
What's the
Protocol?
first to use it? Do you think? I guess is my question. What I really
Like
wanna
gravity
know.
shit like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
what do you
Half-Life 2 is a
was
really old
Half-Life
game.
2
Yeah,
really the
Half-Life
first
2.
one? Yeah.
Definitely think of Half-Life 2 as gravity gun.
This is going to be also this week, but you don't really need to. You saw Half-Life 2, the new NVIDIA driver update. They dropped a new
Yeah, dude.
RTX update for it.
Yes,
And it's like
dude.
massive in size too.
looks
It's like 70
insane.
gigs. It's like,
Yeah, dude.
they're so making Half-Life 3. Like they are.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we just got out. Well, not just, but like Alex was semi-recent, so that series will always have a pulse.
Signs of life.
Signs of
Every
life
time
forever.
people start giving up and they they stop, you know, not Halo. Whoa, Half-Life 3 starts to like disappear from the
Yeah.
the mind palace that we all share.
Chad is saying that Half-Life thing was fan made though.
Oh, sad.
Boo! No,
Looks
that's very
amazing.
cool. That's cool.
Boo,
that they did that.
fans!
Boo,
Boo!
fans.
Fans will just make
That's
Half-Life
great.
3. It's
I'm
okay.
fully joking.
They'll take care of it.
Next up, it is a good time to be an Onimusha fan because Onimusha 2 is finally getting remastered, Samurai's Destiny, after 1 was remastered so many years ago. And there's a new mode called Hell Mode, which, yeah, you die in one hit. The director, Ashiro, hasn't even beat it.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't even get through
He's
it.
like, yeah, it was too hard for me. Some of my
People on the
staff
team,
have
yeah.
beaten it, but I can't
I
do
hope
it.
somebody has.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
For testing
You gotta
purposes.
like Mario Maker rules.
Yeah.
Someone from the dev team has to beat
Has to be-
something that you release. That's not allowed. That's not allowed.
The premise of Hell Mode is you can't take a single hit.
Yeah, kind of wild. I'm always really torn on single hit death modes because I think of Evil Within, like dying in one hit, and that's a game where you can like risk your life to level up to get a little more health, which is always really, really fun, that risk versus reward. But then in one hit kill mode, it kind of eliminates all that. It's like, well, you die in one hit anyway. It doesn't matter if my max
Which
health
game?
is 50. Evil Within.
Oh yeah.
But Onimusha 2, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited this is in here and they're adding new content, but
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
always like 50-50 on one hit
it
kill
can't
mode.
hurt.
Because
you know?
yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is the one where I think that
Lethal mode,
was,
baby.
it was easier than the hardest difficulty though, because you could get
Kill
like all you needed to
them.
get was one hit off.
Yeah.
and you could like practice to get like that one hit on a single like enemy or tough enemy. Whereas the hardest difficulty is like, no, you must know how to actually
Grind
play
them
this
down.
game.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You can't get a lucky hit and win. Like, you will
so
lose.
in that mode in Ghost of Tsushima. They also die in one hit.
In lethal mode, yeah.
Oh,
I think they go down like I think on bosses, wasn't it like one hit per like health bar or something?
okay.
It wasn't like literally just like one hit.
Yeah.
But like all you to do is like practice to get like two hits, I
yeah.
think, or 3 hits, and you win.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like the hardest difficulty is like, good lord, you
gotta-
miss one parry, you are done.
Yeah.
It's like it's like lethal for you, but not for them.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good luck.
The panel, though, I mean, we got Onimusha 2 coming. We got a brand new Onimusha coming. Are you...
Wait, isn't there? Didn't they also shadow drop Onimusha 2 Black?
That's Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden. Sorry.
Yeah, Ninja.
Delete that.
Is
Cut that out.
same
Bleep me
era.
saying
Ninjas
that.
and
Bleep me saying
samurais.
that.
They're linked, historically linked.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead, Damiani.
Is there you're asking like, our vibes on Onimusha, but like, is there something Onimusha related that's like more obscure? Sorry, I came across, was it a thread recently about like obscure like games in famous IPs? Is there an obscure Onimusha game?
There's two.
What are they?
There's Blade Warriors. It's like a Smash Brothers type fighting game. And there's a Game Boy Advanced tactical game as well.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, so could the Game Boy Advance one, Nintendo's released on Nintendo Switch Online, right?
Hell yeah,
So we
let's
can get that set
go.
free.
Yeah.
What was the platform for the other
Wait,
one?
it is
Sorry.
on
PS2 was the Blade Warriors, I believe it's
Come on,
called.
Sony, add it to
Yeah.
your PlayStation Premium.
Wait,
Yeah.
You said it is on Nintendo or it's not?
No, it is not. I said
Oh,
Nintendo
okay, okay.
should
You should, though.
set it free. Yeah.
I ask all of you though, are you going to revisit this franchise to catch up for the newest Onimusha?
Well, you technically asked me this a while. I think when this was
I will
announced.
forever ask you this.
And I think I said I want to play like the new one.
Yeah.
And then go back and like, hey, I will check out these remasters as they do them, because
Got it.
the new one, you said the new one looked like it was kind of like newcomer friendly for jumping in.
Definitely.
So far from what you've seen.
Yeah. What about you, Gabby? You going back to Onimusha?
That would assume that I played Onimusha.
Would you play the original
Would I play the original?
to catch up, or are you just going to dive into the newest one?
I'm not
Like
sure.
how do you grapple with that for franchises, right? Because there's always like sequels,
Yeah.
reboots, what have you coming out. Like when do you decide to just jump into the newest entry or go back to the
Honestly,
beginning?
if you tell me, if you after you play it and if you're like, no, you got to play all of them.
You should play the first one
then I'll
first.
play all
Or,
of them.
oh,
If
just
you're
jump
like,
in.
no, it's so easy, just jump in here, then I'll do that.
All right, wow, I've got so much power there. So much pressure, though. Yes, Onimusha's back, and it feels freaking good. Next up, we love puppets. Once Upon a Puppet. Give me puppeteer vibes, Damiani, just a little bit.
I hate puppets.
Okay.
You know, we're always down for cool platformers, puzzle platformers
Take a look
with
at this.
unique aesthetics. And Once Upon a Puppet, I love the look of this game. What are your
That
thoughts?
looked like that logo looked a little like.
Right?
Oh yeah, this looks pretty good.
Yeah. What do you think, Isla?
Huh?
Puppets. What are your thoughts? Once Upon a Puppet. Are you in?
I like puppets here and there.
Yeah.
I will say the light effect they're doing, like the spotlight effect,
Love
and
that.
only illuminating some of that might drive me insane on some of the platforming
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a creator's intent, though.
Yeah.
So you have to work around it.
Love it, Damiani. Thinking about
But
the
yeah,
mechanics.
it's a choice.
Main
I like the
character's
style
cute.
choice.
I like the little flame candle.
It's so cool. When you die, it
really
probably goes out. Like the flame gets
You're
snuffed
so
out.
Right? You're so right. But I don't like looking at it from the front. That's scary. I don't like that. But from the back or from the side, that's okay.
Do we think Guillermo del Toro will play this game?
No,
No.
No.
Okay.
he's still playing Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the company called Flatter Than Earth?
Whoa.
I think
Making a statement.
that's funny.
Flatter
Funny.
than Earth.
Flatter Than Earth.
That's good.
It's very funny.
And Dedalic.
Yeah. Next up was Death Ground.
Here
This
we
is
go.
a Dawn game.
This is
Yeah.
the Dawn game. Dawn,
bait.
this is you.
I yelled to him. He's not in here currently.
What? He's not. We're not. Literally, I'm filibustering.
want you to see this.
I'm filibustering this podcast until Don talks.
He's back.
Okay.
He's here. Talk.
Great.
Okay, we have Deathground, a solo and co-op survival horror game that throws players into a desperate battle for survival against deadly AI dinosaurs.
AI dinosaurs. What?
I think it's just saying they're really smart.
Poor word choice.
Yeah.
That's the Steam
okay.
description.
That's odd.
I was about to say, I was like, wait.
Don, what are your thoughts?
What is it? Co-op survival? This is like
Co-op survival.
Yeah, it looks excellent. Oh, look at the fire on the feathers on those dinosaurs.
It's up to 4 players for squad-based action,
Yeah.
or you can be solo as well.
I think it sounds like a ton of fun. I don't know. It's just like what's it called? The serial killer game, basically.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Dinos.
Do you think?
Triple D.
I think it's more like.
Oh my god.
I think it's more
scary.
like we've been playing, Isla. What are those games like? A Lethal Company.
Yeah, like
Phasmophobia.
all that shit.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't think you can play as the dinos, which is unfortunate.
Oh,
that would
there
be
was
crazy.
an alien tracker. Like literally, it was exactly like
motion tracker.
the motion tracker.
I think that's why they said AI dinos, because to make clear that you can't play.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Forgetting the larger socio-political
Right.
connotations of those 2 letters.
Experience dynamic gameplay driven by objectives, stealth, combat, and teamwork. Players interact with a range of weapons and tools, navigate diverse and perilous environments, and must evade deadly threats to complete critical missions.
Okay.
Unpredictable AI dinos built for replayability. They react and hunt you down.
This is a game we'll LAN for a group
Oh
stream.
my god, yes.
For sure.
Dino in the porta potty. Who would have seen that thing coming? It's really good.
Reference.
Good place to
That's
hide.
a reference.
I'm really a fan of marketing speak. Experience pure fear in claustrophobic settings that put the player's survival instincts to the test.
Yeah. That's
Great.
Yep.
This looks fun.
Also, an original soundtrack, a haunting music score by BAFTA-nominated composer. Shout out to the BAFTAs, the baffling BAFTAs. David Housden, who did Thomas Was Alone, Volume, and Cube 2.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
cool.
That's a
Wait,
get.
Cube 2 the movie?
I wish. Cube Hypercube.
Cube 2 Hypercube?
QUBE2.
Oh, that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. But definitely one on our list. Don, what is your most anticipated dinosaur game right now? Would it be this or Turok or what's your temperature check?
Are there dinos in T2?
I wish.
No Fate?
Is
Okay.
T2 No Fate your number one anticipated right now?
I think it is, Huber. After I
Hell
just
yeah.
did a rewatch the other day,
Yes.
and I realized that
lot
what
of
I was
that
telling you
going
and Damiani, every single sound effect in the game is authentic from the movie.
Yeah, dude.
Right now it's on my number 1. I just can't wait.
Also, a great segue. Thanks for that softball, Don, to segue into the Terminator Mortal Kombat preview that Gabby and I did that you can check out on Easy Allies. We played the T1000, and you're talking about those authentic sound effects. They're in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was Deathground. Next up is Kingmaker. We've been seeing this game here and there. This is not the first time we've seen it. Have you ever thought about, it reminds me of Time Cop, Damiani. You're shaking your head, but there's a scene early on in
the creator's not good.
Oh.
Like, F this game.
F this game, okay.
What about it?
Yeah, speak about it.
The D word. They don't like the D word in video games.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which
The word I will no longer say because it's not good.
Wait. Now I don't know what you're talking about.
diversity?
Yeah. It's good. It's a good word, but the way they say it,
DEI?
like,
I see,
fuck that
I see.
word. Yeah, we're done with that word.
DI
Yeah,
is initials.
yeah. But this creator can fuck off the planet.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
great. So we
Yeah.
won't
Yes.
talk about
Yeah.
this.
There you go.
We don't have to talk about this.
Got
Yeah,
it.
move on.
I do think of Time Cop, that opening scene, when he brings the machine guns to the Old West.
Oh God, yes.
Remember?
That's so stupid. Though.
Stagecoach robbery with machine guns. All right, next up is Industria 2. I had never heard of Industria 1.
Yeah.
What?
And this looks
heard of this.
fantastic. Industria 2 just kind of gave me Fear vibes, but like a lot slower paced, creeping through environments. Shotgun looked good.
Yeah.
They're all about it. Like, your trailer starts with reloading shells into a shotgun. They understand the assignment. Yeah, just creeping through hallways. Again, Industrial 1 looks kind of rough around the edges if you check it out on Steam. But 2 looks excellent. Narrative FPS adventure about a woman stranded in a parallel dimension.
Ooh.
Fucking sick premise. What do you think, Isla? This seems right in your wheelhouse.
I was trying to verify what Damiani was talking about, so I haven't been looking. But
Got it.
I love things that involve women. So sounds
In
great.
parallel dimensions.
I love that too, generally.
Explore, scavenge, and fight your way through a mysterious boreal.
Boreal?
What is boreal?
Like Borealis?
I think it has to do with like a forest.
Boreal.
Because Hyperborean is like really cold. So I don't know what boreal is.
Boreal landscape consumed by an ever-hungry artificial intelligence to find a way home, dude.
There's some
AI.
like Death Stranding looking shit.
AI.
Boreal means
the new
of the
nukes.
north or northern regions.
Okay.
Got it.
Relating to or characteristic of the climatic zone south of the Arctic, especially the cold temperate region dominated by a taiga and forest of birch, poplar, and conifers.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it looks fucking amazing. I'm so hyped on this. I also really like marketing speak. Here we go again. Years after the events of the prequel Industria. I love just calling the first game a prequel.
How is that
Because it's before, like...
But a prequel is called a prequel because it comes after.
Yeah. Nora is stuck. Nora.
Nora.
I have no quarrel with you, Batman.
I was just watching a video about that episode last night.
Heart of Ice.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. One of the
So
greatest
good.
animated
So
episodes of all
Prequel-
time of anything.
Prequel is a portmanteau of pre and sequel. So it has to be a prequel.
Maybe
It has
because-
to come after.
Maybe because of parallel dimensions, they're being cheeky with like time shit or something.
Maybe.
Who knows? It looks really cool though. It looks really sweet, and I love when a game like Industria 1, right? I had never really heard of it. It looks pretty low budget. I really love when smaller, lesser known games get to do a sequel.
Yeah.
And like this looks like such a glow up. Like I'm getting Half-Life vibes here. So
yeah.
really, really intrigued by this one. South of Midnight, Gabby.
South of Midnight. So
One
we
of
got
the most
some new
anticipated.
gameplay in this trailer.
We got skip Hawthorne?
No.
We did accidentally, yes.
You skipped
So
it.
sorry. Hawthorne first, Gabby.
Hawthorne first?
Take it away.
Animals.
Yo,
You play as
so many animals this year.
It's the year of the animal.
Yeah, the year of the child and the year of the animal. What do you think about this?
It seems like it's made by people who made like people from Naughty Dog, people from Bethesda, people from another place. I don't
Bethesda,
remember.
BioWare, and Naughty Dog.
BioWare, that was
Yeah.
it. And it looks like Redwall meets like a farming sim meet. I don't know. It's just like I will play any game where you can play as an animal. It looks very cute.
Otters dancing
Yeah.
and drinking on the table.
Like a little rough around the edges, but looks so cute.
It does look really cute.
So that it drew my attention.
Play co-op or solo as you build a village of memorable NPCs, farm, craft, explore, and celebrate the seasons in an
rat with an
ever-changing
axe?
world.
Like, come on.
Just flying around as an owl.
It's like Rats of Nim.
Yeah. So cozy.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited.
What are those hats called?
Which hats?
The British people are always wearing? It's like
Flat cap?
Yeah. I love those hats. And a mouse wearing one is really funny to me.
It's very Redwall coded, and I love Redwall. So
Redwall.
yeah. Quenith
Gwyneth.
is the name of that owl.
Great name.
Obsessed.
That's a good name for now.
Yeah.
All right, next up was South of Midnight. We've seen a bunch of South of Midnight. I don't want to see any more of South of Midnight until it's in my hands, but they did have a little developer diary. Gabby, what do you think?
They showed a little more gameplay. They talked a little bit more about the lore, but the coolest thing they talked about was that you kind of discover folkloric, like mythical creatures on your journey, which we kind of already knew. But then each of those creatures has a like theme song, and you unlock pieces of that theme song as you play the game. So there's a banjo, like Benji was a man or whatever, like that kind of stuff. As you're and you learn more about these creatures.
Dude, that sounds really awesome.
Yeah, the combat is looking really cool.
So much music in this game. It's like such a big part of it. Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's so awesome.
So I'm really looking forward to this. I think even if it's a mid game, I think it's so gorgeous and it's gonna sound so good and look so good. Like it'll be a ton of fun to explore.
Yeah, like such unique visuals and location, like the location and just the overall vibe of it is so unique that it can prop up.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't know if the gameplay is mid or whatever. But it has so much going for it. I think.
Yeah, a lot of hype on this one. It's fingers are bleeding because they're crossed so hard on this game. Good. I want it to be awesome. All right, we got more Dawn bait here.
Huh?
Would they be bleeding, or would your bones be hurting? Actually,
bruising would be a better word.
Bruising. There you go. That's a good compromise.
Bruising my fingers.
Cruising for a bruising, right?
Cruising for a bruising. Uncharted 3. You remember the chapter?
No.
Cruising for a
I
bruising.
can't remember.
Come on,
I don't remember chapter names from Uncharted.
I don't remember.
That's why I replay games.
I can't remember chapters.
Bring it back. I was thinking about that actually. We were talking about replaying games last week, and the main thing I lost sleep over it because the main thing I didn't say about why I replay games is because society changes. You change. Like I change. My whole life changes. Like as the seasons go by and as life goes by. And media is a window into the soul. So by replaying things, you just get a different perspective. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. We have more Dawn bait. Rivals Hover League. Filibustering this until Dawn speaks.
Dawn is assembling a computer. Hang on.
Yep.
Everything's a.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
You were just filibust everything.
I love anything that hovers. You know that. Oh,
Dude,
look at this. Dude.
Vehicular car combat game, Dawn.
It looks thick as hell.
Yeah,
These are
dude.
Like RC cars, they're tiny, right? What's
Well, it
going
looks
on?
like
Looks like Extreme
League.
G,
Yeah.
Rocket League. Like I'm always trying to get some Extreme
it's so
G
cool.
hype.
So they morph between, they rotate their wheels and just start
Whoa.
hovering.
Yeah.
Ricochet car. Remember that? The RC,
Yeah, that's exactly what it
the
reminds me
RC
of.
car,
I used to
Ricochet
have
from
that,
100
yeah.
years ago. Yeah, I had one too.
Dude.
Yeah, it could like flip over and the
Yeah.
wheels would go up and down too, right?
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
get like
yeah.
more
They'd,
clearance.
flip.
They do look like RC cars. This looks extremely fun.
Yeah.
Many times I've gone in and out of being severely addicted to Rocket League throughout my
Yeah,
life. It's
yeah,
like the thing you
same.
can never escape
Yep.
completely. It's
Me
just
with
so
Fortnite.
fun.
Totally.
Yeah, this looks good.
Just it's always there.
RHL.
Very hyped about that. I know you just streamed a little Wreckfest too before the stream.
Yeah.
Could another car game coexist while you're also playing Wreckfest, or do you not have enough room?
I think for sure, yeah. Car games, you can hop around between so many. I mean, it's just like an arcade kind of experience, where you can get in and out as much as you want. These are so different, too.
Yeah.
Wreckfest is all about real-world physics and kind of photorealistic sort of reality. And this is just a sci-fi wonderland, it looks like right here. Very arcadey and fun.
Yeah.
The weapons look sick. That
Yeah.
It looks so
was
cool.
awesome.
Oh,
Ooh,
invisible
cloaking.
car?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, it looks super fun.
And it's
Split
like,
screen.
yeah, just, I think of, Twisted Metal a little bit, and Destruction All-Stars didn't do too well, but I love that this genre, like all genres will continue to live on in some way or another. It may not necessarily be AAA or from like a world-renowned studio, but like people are always making games of a certain genre. So, like, this one in particular really stood out to me.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
Yeah, sick. All right, I love zombies. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. This looks sick. It gave me this War of Mine vibes. If anybody
I like
ever,
that font
yeah,
on the title.
Yeah. For sure.
it is a survival game, survival and zombies, but it's side-scrolling, which I really like.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I love the animations and the look of it. You're in Texas in 1980.
Whoa.
Walton City has fallen to a zombie outbreak.
Walton Goggins.
Walton freaking Goggins.
Dude, Walton Goggins is coming to Dallas Fan Expo. There's like a big thing,
Sick.
like a promo for him coming.
Hell yeah.
I was like, oh, gotta tell Huber.
All the godheads gotta show up.
Boyd Crowder, Justified, one of the greatest shows in the history of television. Shout out.
Damiani's going gaga for Goggins.
We're always going gaga for Goggins.
Because of how
rushed
how
over
gaga
here.
you all go for Goggins. It's like infectious.
What is this? Cooper Black? No. What is that?
Lead a band of desperate survivors from refugee to refugee by scavenging, crafting, and fighting in a relentless struggle for survival. Plan wisely, stick together, and above all, keep moving. It's coming to early access, so I'm a little on that, so it's probably still a ways away. There is a demo, though, which I want to play. And there's just something about it being a side-scroller that makes these survival elements less overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
It's not like, you're not like, you don't have like your farm and you're picking, there's not all that. It does seem like there is crafting and survival stuff, but there's like a momentum and a progression of like moving forward.
God, a lot of being chased.
A lot of being chased. Yeah. There are upgradable shelters, but the trailer just, it made it seem manageable, not too overwhelming. Alrighty. Next freaking up, dude. Painkiller is back. I'm a little nervous. About this.
Okay.
This is my childhood. Painkiller, 2004. People Can Fly, PC game. Played the shit out of this growing up. We do have a press release straight from Daniel Bloodworth. 3D Realms.
Released the press release.
What's up?
He released the press release.
He wrote
Okay.
it. Yes. 3D Realms reveals Painkiller, a modern reimagining of the classic FPS franchise. This gory, fast-paced shooter is reborn with new gameplay, visuals, co-op, and more. I'm a little nervous. So here you go. Experience fast-paced gameplay set to a powerful metal soundtrack, rip and tear until it is done, with heart-pounding combat and brutal weapons in solo or co-op. Yeah, Painkiller, known for their weapons. Obviously, the iconic titular Painkiller is the saw blade that you can like shoot out and bring back, or you can just grind up enemies. And of course, the stake gun was one of the most fun guns ever to use as a kid. I definitely would put it on, top lists of guns over the years. There's been a lot now. We're in 2025. There's been a lot of good weapons over the years, but I do have a soft spot for the stake gun in Painkiller. Welcome to Purgatory. You've been sentenced for your transgressions against heaven, but the voice of the creator is giving you one chance to redeem yourself. With an arsenal of infernal weapons, including nods to the original Painkiller, plus totally new creations to discover. Blast your way through hordes of demons and titanic terrors, solo or in online co-op, for up to 3 players across gruesomely detailed gothic environments to stop the fallen angel Azrael's invasion of Earth and earn your salvation.
Dude, why is it always Azrael? Man?
Always, dude.
That's a
Chill
good
out,
name.
Azrael.
I think a lot
Or
of the
Gabriel.
other a lot of the other like demon angel names don't sound as good. I think that's
Yeah,
part
you got
of
a
it.
Z in there.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I'm
metal.
serious. I'm serious.
I think you're right.
That's so good. Azrael. Sounds like anti-hero kind of. Azrael. Could be
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
could be bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like
other-
he smokes cigarettes either
And
way.
also, I feel
Azrael.
like you don't know what Azrael looks like, but you know he's hot. You know?
But you know that the hotness is a front for some kind of like freak dripping with
Yes.
black
Sure,
goo,
sure.
you know?
So
You know there's
true.
goo involved.
So much goo, rotting flesh. Purgatory is your playground. Jump, dash, and hook across vast, spine-chilling biomes while fighting nightmarish enemies in bloody, fast-paced combat.
I know they be grappling hook, but I was just laughing to think that you're like hooking, like prostituting your way across.
Hooking your way across.
Jump, dash, and hook.
Yeah.
So here's the two little bullet points I'm just a little wary about. I'm still optimistic, and I'm super happy Painkiller's coming back, but unleash the pain. Use tarot cards to upgrade your abilities, rank up to expand your arsenal, and team up with other players to obliterate your foes. So just the way that's worded is giving me like Vermintide vibes a little bit, maybe. Like you're replaying levels to get better loot and XP and stuff. I don't know
I like
exactly.
Vermintide, though.
Totally. And then choose your character wisely. Play as one of 4 distinct characters. Ink, Void, Soul, and Roach, and take advantage of their unique perks to boost your energy, health, power, and damage. So it leads me to believe like it's less like the originals and less like Doom and Doom Eternal, and maybe more along the lines of a Vermintide type.
And you said when we were watching the trailer earlier, you said like it just doesn't sound like Painkiller.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
definitely a reimagining, definitely a different take, kind of like they were doing with Turok. We saw Turok a little while ago, and that
And you
was
were
like,
also worried about that.
that whole like multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Forgot
like,
about that
what's
already. Yeah.
so it's like, all right, what's going on here?
And I think the most like apt thing you said was that it should be like you just go, you know? It's not like,
Yeah.
I'm collecting loot. Yeah.
Painkiller is a fast-paced, bloody. It's like Doom 2016 vibes, dude. Like
Yeah,
go in,
yeah.
boom, 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 start shooting. Definitely 3D realms, like Duke Nukem. But we will see. Always down for a new take. Always, you know. I'm down for like a complete throwback nostalgia grab, and I'm also down for trying something new. We will see. Real quickly before we get into the finale, Stand Alone. Cause Stand Alone. Remember that trailer?
Loved it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Prince of Persia
Hell yeah.
Oh.
2.
Iconic.
Right?
Yeah. Stand Alone. You know I'm down for a fucking action roguelite pixel art game. Like this is my wheelhouse. Looks so sick. Looks so good.
This is one of those games that someone, this person obviously was like, well, if what's it called isn't coming out? If Silksong's not coming out, I'm just going to make it my damn self.
Castlevania's not coming out.
Yep,
Silksong's not
yep.
coming out. I'll do it myself. Like Metroidvanias the last 5 years have been just so good. This genre is just my absolute comfort food because there's always good ones just underneath the surface of the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
We even are getting AAA ones like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Like the genre is always there. It's always so good. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to this one. It looks really, really cool. There is some deck building in this. I don't know exactly how, if it's like a run-to-run basis. But yeah, there's like roguelite progression, combo building, infinite possibilities, they're saying, of like heavily modify
wealth.
your skills to allow for gameplay beyond imagination. Like what? Yeah.
What does that mean?
Innovative modifications.
Imagination.
Yeah. Embrace the thrill of hacker-esque god-tier play. Hacker-esque god-tier play by integrating... Dude, Damian, it sounds like you're trying to cheese it. Like it's your kind of game where it's like, just
Yeah.
cheese it. They let you cheese it.
These are some cool bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good animation there. Yeah.
Very,
Good trailer.
very excited. Yeah,
You look
super
like your
cool.
little sheep. Like a ram,
So
right?
yeah, definitely on the list. And then the finale, Isla, I'm gonna kick it to you.
Nani?
Nani? Let me also queue up the press. We have a press release for this as well, written by Daniel Bloodworth.
Thanks, Blood.
If he were here, he'd be going, no, no,
I didn't write that.
no, I didn't.
Oh my god.
Of course, Remedy Entertainment can do just about no wrong, Cap Gods style, like best in the biz. FBC Firebreak,
Yeah.
a spin-off in the Remedy universe where we are going into the Federal Bureau of Control to clean up. Isla, what are you thinking here? It looks crazy.
Well, I'm thinking, rock in my face. I'm thinking that it's interesting because we know from mild spoilers, I guess. We know from Alan Wake 2 that it's been like 4 years and no one's come out of Control.
Yeah.
And so that means that Jesse Faden and all those people are just in there and no one knows what's happening in the oldest house.
Yeah, it's like,
so
what
there's
is
like
going
narrative
on?
implications for busting into the oldest house.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to me.
And it looks like, Control was never this out of control. Control's out of control, but this game is like, you're right. It has been like overrun fully.
Which is weird because, you've kind of dealt with the hiss, sorta.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's curious if this is just, like, outside of the story entirely and its own thing, or if
No,
something's
it'll
going
tie
on.
in.
I'm sure it will. Yeah, but
it's canon.
interesting.
Tank gun.
Let's dive into this brief.
What if after you beat this game, like after you get to credits, it shows you a trailer for Control 2?
Well, that's what happens in Alan Wake 2, so
sick. Be so sick.
probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they justified like a time loop kind of a thing, like the house or something is stuck in a, or part of the house is stuck
So
in
great.
like a loop,
You're
and that's
so
why.
right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That's genius. We love the Post-it notes.
Yeah.
We love them.
Yeah, really cool.
Obviously, visual parallels to the original game. Post-it notes everywhere for a variety of reasons that we will not dive into, but that's freaking awesome. We are playing as the Federal Bureau of Control's first response unit and must contain an escalating paranatural threat.
Woo!
That name sounds like Hunk's unit or whatever in Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
The
Like when they send them-
UBSC, Umbrella Security Service. Whatever the hell.
How many players is this?
3 players.
Okay.
This will be a 3-player co-op launching in summer. So this is coming up. This is the summer hit. Feel good summer hit of the year. It's also Remedy's first self-published game. Shout out to that. So
wow.
get paid,
Congrats.
Remedy.
We're gonna stream the shit out of this.
Stream the shit out of it.
Also, it said Paper Chase Executive Branch, so that means that this Post-it note thing is like one
Mission,
mode or one mission or something. Yeah.
Oh.
So interesting.
It's going to be on Steam, Epic Game Store, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. And it's a mid-price title, so I'm assuming $40. It'll also be available day one on Game Pass Ultimate, and PS Plus Extra and Premium.
God damn, they don't want anybody to pay for this thing.
Boom! I don't know, self-published game, and they're giving it away.
Damn.
Remedy.
That's so
Sam
exciting.
Lake, dude.
Seriously. When the oldest house, the Bureau's shifting headquarters, falls under siege by a relentless paranatural force, only Firebreak, its most adaptable response unit, has the skills and courage to restore order. So cool. It is a session-based multiplayer PvE experience, which
So this is Vermintide.
yeah, which is good to know because it almost looked like we would be able to control the
Control.
pun intended.
Control TM.
It almost looked like we'd be able to control the sticky note monster, the smaller version, because one of the players gets like overrun by him and then stands up as a sticky note monster. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if you could like turn into that. And
I can't really tell what is coming out of some of the guns. Like it looks like bubbles.
One of the guns has like a piggy bank or something.
Yeah,
on the
that I
side
saw
of it.
too.
bizarre
What?
weaponry.
Maybe it's like water because of the paper or something.
Oh, that could be true. Yeah.
The game features highly replayable missions known as jobs, each uniquely designed with different challenges, objectives, and environments that require teamwork and adaptability. The latest trailer showcases one such job, Paper Chase, where an outbreak of rogue sticky notes in the executive sector of the oldest house, seemingly harmless at first, spirals into a full-blown paranatural crisis.
That's awesome.
Players must push through 3 escalating zones. So maybe that's those doors opening up.
Okay.
It's also like Outlast
Mm-hmm.
trials.
Yeah, absolutely great freaking
Vermintide
call.
has 3 or 4
Yep.
too as well.
Culminating in a chaotic showdown against a towering gargantuan manifestation of these anomalies. Before diving into a job, players choose their crisis kit. Crisis kits shape each Firebreaker's playstyle, providing distinct weapons, tools, and powerful reality-bending augments that can turn the tide of a mission. The jump, for example, here are 3 of the kits. The jump kit focused on electricity-based abilities, excelling in field control and mobility. Fix kit, a heavy-hitting kit built around impact-based attacks, including a massive wrench. That's me. Yep. And then the splash kit, water. A water-based kit specializing in manipulating battlefield conditions and supporting teammates.
Dude, I want to do the
okay,
electricity
that's cool.
one.
Remedy will continue expanding Firebreak with post-launch content. All future playable content, including new jobs, will be free.
God, Remedy.
Free content, Game Pass,
So good.
PS Plus, 10 out of 10.
Sam, we
Maybe-
will pay for some.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us pay
We'll
for
pay.
these things.
We wanna
Maybe
do
this
it.
will this will replace Concord in our hearts.
Yes,
Oh.
absolutely. This will fill
you
it.
you were talking about it like hold my beer developments where it's like no one's gonna make a Castlevania or Silk Song.
Yeah.
This is like no one's making Left 4 Dead. We'll do it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll do it and we'll do it better.
Players will have the option to purchase cosmetics. There it is.
There we go. Okay.
But none of these items will affect gameplay. No pay to win. No pay to win, Damiani.
Perfect.
And there
That's
will be no
beautiful.
limited time rotations or daily logins. Thank you.
There are no of that.
None of it.
Yeah.
Ah.
More details will be shared in the future. And Remedy will be hosting a special community AMA on the FBC Firebreak Steam page on March 31st at 9 a.m. Pacific, offering fans a chance to learn more about the game, its systems, and future plans.
Nice.
So there we go. Friggin'
Looks
FBC.
sick, dude.
Yeah, great trailer and great behind the scenes news about what to expect, what it is, just enough of the premise and the gameplay loop and premise as well. Very excited. So hyped. One would assume that there will be an Alan Wake cosmetic.
Yeah.
Ah.
But it's also it's first person, so
Yeah.
and you're wearing a crazy like suit, so I wonder if it'll be mostly like gun charms and colors for your suit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is, listeners and viewers, put your bets in now. Will there be a Max Payne reference
Yes.
in Firebreak?
100%.
100%, Gabby says.
You'll find like a bottle of pills.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Any other closing thoughts about the games we saw? Damiani or Isla, Don?
They look great.
I have thoughts about future game show just in general.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's a great idea, of course, like to be able to show all these trailers that may not get a spot in other places, like a lot of these indie games. But having 3 hours worth of trailers,
a lot.
You might as well have none. Like by the time you get to an hour or an hour and a half of trailers, I feel like if I'm past that point and my
Yeah.
trailer's in this, I'm pissed, you know?
Yeah, it's a
And I
lot.
feel like, well, what's the point? Because my trailer's not going to get seen anyway.
Yeah. I will say, yeah, watching a lot of these shows, we always have that reaction of like, what was that game? Wait,
Yeah.
what was it? It's kind of overwhelming.
And,
At
like,
least,
yeah.
like one of the benefits, I guess, would be that people looking up the show can just like see everything that was there, and maybe that'll like point them to a game
Yeah,
they
but
might
like
not
we
have known
were
about.
scrolling through the Games Radar article that listed all the trailers,
Yeah.
and like we would just see like the thumbnail of one of the games, and we're like, we don't need to see that one.
Yeah.
And that's what people are doing, But if it's in a show like this, then you're forced to watch it.
Yeah.
So you might find something that you wouldn't otherwise find if it's because who's going to the Games Radar channel who's not a journalist or a games media person to watch these trailers? Like, not many people.
For sure.
Unless it's a game they already know about. Like, even if they did this, like, one is this month and one is next month of these 3 hours.
Yeah, cut it in
90
cut it in
minutes.
half. Yeah. I think you're onto something there. I think that's great,
That would
actually,
be
because
so
then you
much
watch the
better.
first one and then you're more hyped for the like, part 2.
Right, exactly.
And then you can have like 2 different openers and 2 different closers of the show.
Right,
Like,
and it's so much more fair to all the.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think, Damiani? How, just as we, this is kind of one of the first big showcases of 2025. New year, new stuff. Obviously, Switch 2 is coming up. Summer Game Fest right behind that. Do you agree with Gabby that maybe shows should be shorter, or is it kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing?
Yeah, I think 3 hours is way too long.
That's longer than most movies.
I feel like look to the big 3, especially I would say like Sony and Nintendo. Every time they announce like their biggest thing of the year, like their summer, it used to be their E3. Now it's like their summer showcases. Whenever they do them, they're like, every time we hear like 40 minutes, you're like, you hear some groans initially, like, "Oh my god, that's like it's not even an hour."
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's an hour. But then they're like jam packed. There's like 30 games in there, 40.
Totally.
It's like they are very purposeful, smart, and efficient with the time they use in there. Usually, I would say like Nintendo is very good. They're very succinct. They give you the trailer. There's very brief like speaking. Like it's very scripted and it's kept. They keep it short and to the point. And I am not saying that these aren't necessarily doing this, and like they're also going for a different vibe. I understand you want to like showcase the developers. You want to give some personality because your games have to work a little bit harder to stand out. Like obviously you're in Nintendo or Sony, you already got that big like billboard effect where everyone's just like looking at you. It's like, oh, like you don't have to fight for attention. It's like right there in your face and it's great. But I also think you're losing people by going too long.
Yeah.
They do multiple of these a year. I don't know what like maybe the sweet spot would be to do these. Kind of like Day of the Devs does the same thing, where they have multiple. Like I think they're twice a year. I might be wrong, but maybe doing them like quarterly to get like an update, because that's what Nintendo does. They do like mini directs, partner directs, like they are branded and themed. And I feel like there needs to be like some kind of like expectation for that, because just being like, this isn't like this isn't even an indie showcase. Like even indie showcases that happen are guilty of maybe being a little too broad. It's like indie's huge now, like a huge umbrella of a wide swath of games. Like maybe you can have like a little bit more focus in some of these indie shows so that you can, garner better like attention and maybe generate more interest rather than this being like a wide, secretly I'm trying to get all the farming games into one showcase so I know I can ignore all. That's my true motive, is to put all the farming sim games into one showcase and be like, I don't ever to watch that one.
That's called the wholesome game show. I guess this was only 90 minutes. There was a post show.
Oh, okay. People who love like them. So 90 minutes is not terrible,
Okay,
honestly.
that's not
Sorry,
bad.
I didn't
No,
know.
this is fine.
Sorry, I just saw people saying 3 hours.
Yeah.
90 minutes is not too terrible, but yeah. So that's not the worst. But also look that even the biggest ones right now, except for like the Game Awards, like anything done by Keeley, which has so much other stuff thrown into it. If you removed all that and just did the announcements, it would not be like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour event in of itself. So like I think like 60 minutes is kind of like the upper limit
pushing it.
of
Well,
how
especially
long your thing should be.
Like an indie focused showcase like this, like you want as many eyes on it as possible, and you want them to be watching as long as possible so they can see the games at the end as well as the beginning. And if it's 90 minutes even, and it's 90 minutes of like back-to-back trailers with just a tiny bit of talking in the middle, then that feels relentless, I think.
Yeah,
just a barrage of information. And it's not, if it's a big showcase like Sony or Xbox or whatever, like you know what you're getting, kind of, and it's something a brand you can trust. But if it's an indie thing, like it needs to prove itself first. And if it's like buried in 50,000 trailers, it's like, okay, I guess, yeah.
Only thing I like, well, to my own point that I could see being a counterpoint is these take a lot of time, effort, and money to put on. So when I was suggesting like do these like quarterly, that might not be in the cards for
But also
for this.
shoot it all at the same time and just air the second half in a couple months, you know?
Oh, hold it.
Games
Well, I guess
wouldn't be ready.
it aligns with like
builds and stuff.
I think part of it's beholden to like dev cycles and where games are. Like maybe I don't know if they do these consistently at the same time. Like this is around GDC, so my guess they do one around like GDC. But
And that's why Keeley gets host sometimes on shows where it's like, oh, we didn't have anything, and it's like, well, because the people didn't have a game to show.
Not just Keeley. Remember all the years there would be a quote unquote bad year for whatever Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony at E3 when they didn't have anything like really big to show because like, the timing of E3, we just had a bunch of big games come out, or they're further along and we're not ready to show them. So it was kind of like there were definitely years where it'd be like, why'd you even come to E3? But that's kind of the thing. So I do feel like trying to do it on a set schedule, like it works for something like Keeley because his show accommodates multiple publishers, and something like this I think does work as well too because you're not just like one publishing label, you're helping promote a bunch of different developers and publishers. And so when it comes to like something like a Sony showcase or Nintendo showcase, that's where you run into this I think has that kind of advantage where they can easily fill a show with 60 minutes and maybe just focus on the games that are coming out. I mean, maybe they already did this. Maybe there's just that many games coming out, but more immediacy. Like if you do it now, it should be like games coming out in the first half of 2025.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out in the
showcase
from the show.
Yeah, so that would be one way to maybe filter it and just tell people, hey, you want to be in this? Well, we're going to do another one in the second half and your game's coming out in like fall. Let's wait till that one and, be like a little bit, just curate it a little bit, I don't want to say better, but like find a way to be able to curate it that makes sense. Yeah, curate a little bit that makes sense and it's a little bit like it's still fair. It's not like, hey, your game like we're too long. We just don't want your game in here. It's like, nah, we're gonna like find a way to like help you out because I think it shows that shorter lead time for probably these types of games like the indie to like middle budget like AA, whatever you want to call them. Probably do better with shorter lead times and like this comes out next year. It's maybe you're going to be fighting for a lot of attention that way.
Totally.
Sick. That was the Future Games Show 2025. Next up is Switch 2. Please be excited. Just the next big showcase.
The next big showcase.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
I brought my Switch 2 today, Damiani. I brought it.
I got double lost because I was like, I thought you meant next topic was Switch 2. I'm like, wait, what? And then I was like, I thought you meant next future game show was Switch 2. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense either. What are we talking about here?
Yeah. A lot of games. We love game announcements. This calendar's filling up. 2025, just missing a few key things that we will not be naming right now. Okay. The moment has arrived.
Oh, yeah.
Gabby and I both have been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I am like 40 hours into this game. It is a marathon. I've played so fucking much. Like every waking moment, this game. And I've got a lot of thoughts and opinions as I do as I usually do with Assassin's Creed. Where to begin? Let's start with like the broad strokes. It feels like you can't release a game nowadays without some kind of controversy.
Yep.
And it's just really depressing to see. Like I think video game discourse is just it just keeps reaching new lows for me. It's really fucking depressing, the world we live in right now, the way people talk about video games and like have this outrage because there's just like so much business in it. I guess that's why they take these stances. But if you've been living under a rock, there's a lot of drama surrounding this game because you're two characters, one of which is Yasuke, who happens to be black. He's a black samurai, and that just pisses people off. And
not
this
to
is
mention
not
he was a real guy.
Yeah, like
he
a
was a real person,
historical
yeah.
figure
Yeah.
existed.
And like Assassin's Creed has always been historical fiction anyway. They
Yeah.
take creative liberties. So yeah, it's just
Wait,
like this insane amount of outrage.
Is Yasuke the first actual historical figure that you can play?
That's a good question.
I have no idea. Yeah, Huber, you played the most
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
I would say
I was like,
because
Ezio's
usually you
not,
just
right?
interact
I'll
with
tell you,
them,
an
talk to
Ezio,
them.
Right.
I
I
would
just
say
realized that.
yeah.
like, yeah, you go ahead.
No. Go on, Damiani.
Oh, I was just gonna add that like you always play alongside historical characters. But you
Right,
never
right.
played as one. I was like, because I was struggling to think. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, you always like work with them or assassinate them or recruit
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
or,
yeah.
killing historical figures. There you go.
Yep. You assassinate the Pope in one of those crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, it seems like they're always NPCs, but I don't think you've ever played as one.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And then of course like the shrine controversy. This one was like even.
Oh, yeah.
This one was
I saw this.
Yeah, so there are shrines in Japan and they're like sacred sites, and like in real life, you know, you would never, it'd be like walking into a church and like smashing things. Like you would never do that unless you're like insane. So very early on there were clips of people going to the shrines and like causing mayhem, and it's just so much to unpack here. First of all, like you're not ever encouraged to do that within the game.
Yeah,
Second of all, they
that's-
patched it today. You can no longer cause damage at the
Yeah.
shrines. Third of all, that clip that went viral was really manipulative.
Yeah,
Because
that's
the
very
player
important.
went into the shrine and was attacking NPCs but kept missing. And if you kill an NPC like that, a big warning like flashes up on the screen that's like, Yasuke didn't kill innocents, like you don't kill innocent people, don't do this, like
Yeah.
you'll be desynced, blah, blah, blah. And the footage purposely like kept missing attacking a civilian, so that warning never popped up.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like people just fucking creating these narratives for outrage and
I mean,
clicks.
I understand the outrage about like causing chaos in the shrines far more than I understand the outrage about Yasuke,
Mm-hmm.
because you know but in Assassin's Creed you go fucking crazy in a lot of really
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
for a mainstream title, it's like pretty anti-religion, you know, like kind
Yeah.
of generally.
yeah.
Haven't you been able to like go into other
You assassinate
sacred
the Pope.
places? And
You
yeah, you said like you
assassinate
assassinate the
Try to
Pope in a game, right? Or
Wait.
you do something similar, but like
Borga?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
there's definitely been things. I do think the safest thing is what you just said, Huber. Like maybe for places like shrines
Yeah.
or like churches or anything that's deemed by like a culture to be like sacred.
Yeah.
Just what they did with the patch, make it so you can't do any of that stuff in
Right.
there just to be like, you know, like
Yeah.
neutral.
They
But
probably
you
didn't
also are-
anticipate their players to be psychotic.
Right.
But you're
Should've
exactly
figured
right.
it
Like people were like manufacturing the clips and trying to send
Yeah.
them to generate outrage. Like
When
it
you-
was part of a campaign.
When
for
you
sure.
first come across a Torii gate, a thing pops up that
Yep.
says like, "Hey, please be respectful and don't climb on the Torii
Yep.
gates." That doesn't mean you can't. You actually
Exactly.
can climb on the Torii
Like, it's-
gates, but it tells you like, "Hey,
That's
that's just
my-
not a cool thing
Yeah.
to do."
Encouraging you to be respectful.
Yeah.
Like, and then people will just like have their confirmation bias and their manipulations, just hear what they want to hear, say what they want to say, for, you know, in my mind, it's just fucking business, dude. People just want clicks. People want to go viral on Twitter. Like, and unfortunately, people are probably racist and bigoted, and it's just like it makes me really depressed that this always has to be the conversation around games in the video game discourse, and it's almost like humanity is like regressing. So it's just it's just a bummer to be a part of, honestly.
Yeah. And also
Well
it
said.
sucks so much because I mean, yeah, everything you just said. Like I don't want to de-emphasize the importance of like those are the most important factors.
Yeah.
But to keep it within the realm of like video games, this was a period. This was a setting so many of us have been excited to see Assassin's Creed go to.
Yes.
And to have like this crap.
Yeah,
just
always.
like, you know, people trying to like stir this shit up when honestly it's like, act like civilized human beings, please.
Yeah.
And like let's play this like I mean you can hate this game for like other flaws. Like I'm very curious to hear your thoughts, Huber.
Oh, it's got some flaws. We'll get into it.
Like that is like let's go to town on that all day. But I mean like everything in advance of it, like yeah, this seems like pretty sick, but hopefully it lives up to the hype, because this is like one of the most, I would say like this and maybe like, because we never went to like, was it we've been to Italy, but not like we never went to like ancient Rome, right?
We have been to Rome,
Greece.
Constantinople,
Ancient
or whatever.
Greece, but not ancient Rome.
Not ancient Rome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like like there's so many cool settings, and this is like one of the highest, hype one for this.
Yeah. People have been waiting for this for a really long time.
Yeah, it's like you're playing as a samurai, as a fucking ninja. Like, come on,
Yeah.
what are you waiting for?
I mean, I think a big part of why this is all conjecture, a big part of why they didn't do this setting was because so much of older Assassin's Creed was about verticality, and so few Japanese buildings, for a good reason, are not really tall in this era because of earthquakes.
Yep.
So
it is really interesting, like the geography and the architecture for sure. Because the buildings are smaller. Like, obviously, you have, like, bigger structures here and there.
Yeah, temples,
but a lot of
yeah.
A lot of the times I'll be on the roof, which is always, like, your safe zone. No, Assassin's Creed, like, go up, get on the roof, you're good. Like, I'll be on the roof sometimes, and they'll see me.
They'll be like,
They'll be like, hey, what are you doing up there? It's, like, pretty...
Yeah, that happened to me. They were like, get down.
It is pretty crazy. Okay, let's, like, get into the game.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, finally. I had to discuss it because it is such a big topic going on. Like, even like Japanese prime minister, like was
stupid. Like, yeah.
But this is like, what number is this actually? How many are in? How many in?
Like what if it had a Roman numeral by it? What is AC would this be?
Yeah, like
I have
freaking.
no
The last numbered one was
13 or
14 apparently.
14,
Whoa.
baby.
Main series and 17 additional spin-off games.
Yes.
Wow.
Full disclosure, I've finished like every single main line, all the DLCs of the main lines. Obsessed, fully obsessed with this franchise since day one.
I finished all the main lines up until the Egypt one, Origins.
Or that's when it starts getting
different,
big, so big, and that's like my main problem with this game is that it insists upon itself. I like it's just. We say it all the damn time with this franchise. It's just too big for its own good. And it loses heart. It loses focus. And to explain that further, it's like the game starts out with, you're hunting down the Akatsuki, basically, Damiani. You're hunting down like the rogue group of people. They all have like their sick weapon and their sick masks. They all have some like Akatsuki vibe to them. And it's like, okay, great.
Assassins.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, great. Everything I heard before was like, okay, it's going to be a little smaller. It'll still be a big game, but it'll be a little smaller. We just had Mirage. And like,
True.
You have this board of your assassination targets. And every couple hours in this game, like a new one of those opens up with like 10 more assassination targets. And then there's 10 more. And then there's 10 more. And then there's 10 more. The next thing you know, you have like 70 people to kill. And none of those characters really, aside from a handful, have any room to be characters. Like, you feel absolutely nothing from hunting these people down and killing them.
I see.
They have no identity whatsoever. It's just a number over their fucking head and a checklist that goes off, So it's like, in a perfect world, the game could still be as big as you wanted it to be, Ubisoft, but like, why don't
why
we just,
is this person evil?
Yeah, why are there 70 targets when we could just have 10 of like the most intricate, incredible assassinations
and then also
possible.
mini bosses. It's like there could be just yeah.
Could have had like that seems like way too many like villains. I mean, I get why, because he said they want like size, they want content, they want like people feel like they're getting their money's worth. But if you're not, I mean, let me ask you this, Huber. Besides the lack of character development to make you care about going after them, are any of them like flashy, unique, memorable, and that like on a superficial level? Like are they shonen villains with like their attacks or anything like that, or
Not
they
even
fail?
really, no.
So they don't even get that right.
Not really, no. And
I know it's going for more historical, but like even in real life, you could have like like a signature move or some kind of like personal mark that you leave. Yeah.
And I just think the RPG stuff as well is like, it's all just padding, Everything in this game just feels like it's there to be there. And I always wrestle with that in my brain. I always wrestle, Gabby, of like, there's a part of my lizard brain that loves open world checklisting in Assassin's Creed.
This is why
zoning out, vibing out. You're just in feudal Japan, climbing on roofs, decapitating people.
This is why I want them to bring the mini map back. Maybe that's controversial. I want the mini map back.
Okay.
To me, Assassin's Creed is pressing the center button to open the map and seeing 10,000 icons.
10,000 icons.
That is Assassin's Creed to me, and I like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to be a video game garbage man.
Right?
Just cleaning shit off the map.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I definitely have not played as much as Huber, but I've played 10 hours of this game, and it's there's not enough being a video game garbage man. So far I'm feeling less invested in the just general story.
You're so right.
But on the good side, like, this game is gorgeous. Like,
unbelievable.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm playing on Pro, and I think it's like the first game now where it's like, here we are, we've arrived, where like Pro is a big upgrade. Like Digital Foundry was like, it feels like a next gen version.
Oh, dang.
Like, it's crazy.
I'm hearing about like the PC version, how like amazing.
And that
it
too.
Even on my
looks and
base
runs
PS5,
Even base,
it
it's
looks
insane.
amazing.
All across the board, this game
It's
looks
so beautiful.
gorgeous.
I will say, I was like gonna go get it on PC on Steam, and it had like the 3 warnings, like DRM or whatever.
Oh no!
Ubisoft account connection
Oh my
required.
God.
Like it had 3
All the
yellow
kiss
like
of deaths.
warnings, and
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want to have to like Ubisoft. I want to buy your game. I don't want to like
please.
set up the dumb account.
Right,
Like,
I don't want to have to
please, just
solve
let
a
me
puzzle
play.
in order to play your game.
Let me just play. I was like so ready, and I was like, I'm so out now. You lost me.
The other thing, I always say this every time we talk about like the length and the breadth of Assassin's Creed games. I say this every time. Do you know what I'm about to say?
No.
Okay, so I will defend the length and breadth of Assassin's Creed games because, like, do I personally think they're too long? Yes. But I think Ubisoft knows that Assassin's Creed is many, 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 many people's only game that they play.
Yeah.
So they're like, we want them to be playing our game all year until the next one comes out. So they just like pack it to the gills with shit. Like we as Easy Allies, we're in a very unique spot where we play more games than most people do. So, they want their $70 game to be packed to the gills with stuff. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a good point because, I'll bring up the legendary Grunbaum, who doesn't buy a lot of games. And this is a man that is absolutely diehard obsessed with, baseball and professional wrestling. And every time, the show or WWE comes out, he'll be like, dude, I'm not paying $70 for, new skins or a new coat of paint. That's BS. he's obsessed with Assassin's Creed also.
Yeah.
And every time one comes out, he's justified paying the $70 because he knows he's getting a totally new setting, totally new story, 50 plus hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
So like the value, I guess, is there.
My dear friend from high school, I just learned this. Like he's a relatively new gamer, like only in the last 8 years or so. And only relatively recently got a PS5, but he told me he plays Assassin's Creed. He streams Assassin's Creed to one friend, and then they just like talk on the phone while he's streaming it.
That's
so
awesome.
fun.
Like, and the friend is a totally casual game. Like he has never played a game.
Yeah.
But he like they want to hang out and do something while they're hanging out and
It's
like
really
chatting on the
fun.
phone.
That's
like
super fun.
that's a beautiful, adorable use case for Assassin's Creed being insanely long.
The only thing I could think of to push back on it, like, because this argument's also used for like Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, but like I don't know if it's necessarily the length of the content, and there's also like different things. Call of Duty, people play with for the obvious, like the campaign, but mostly the multiplayer. And multiplayer is playing with your friends. It's kind of like, it's the service part. For service-driven games, I understand like the drip feed of content and needing a lot, and like the quote-unquote padding to keep people playing and buying into the ecosystem, whether it's through microtransactions, subscriptions, or whatever, updates, or whatever they do. Whereas something like this, like a single-player focused experience, I almost like wonder if like it's not, even if people are like, if people only buy a few games, like maybe it doesn't need to be like jam packed. Like I wonder if there are people who play fewer games and like wish games were more respectful of their time. It's like, okay, I don't want like they might feel betrayed if sorry, it's a strong word, but they might feel disappointed if Assassin's Creed was only like 5 hours. Like, yo, I just spent $70 for a 5-hour game. But like,
was a smaller one, but then they only charge like 50 for it.
Yeah,
but like if it was like 15 or 20 hours versus like 40 plus to 50, whatever this balloons into, would they still like? Would they feel like, still good about that? I don't know the answer to that. I just know it currently like people want to do more with their time, and while there are more people gaming than ever, I don't know how many people are like putting more out, like want more hours from a single game, unless it's like a service-driven game. Like we've definitely seen. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because now you have to pay to play online. I think that's also a big part of it. Like there's a contingency of people who want to be playing your Grand Theft Autos, your Call of Duties online like all year, and that's one type of person. And there might be some overlap with the other type of person, which is I just want to play a game alone. And like that was me. Like I didn't play multiplayer games until I was an adult, like a full adult, and because I had no interest and I didn't like. Like this type of game was my thing, but a multiplayer game wasn't at the time. I love multiplayer games now, but I think those are two different types of people.
100%.
And I think the type of person that is happy about this game being 100 hours long and just like packed to the gills with
they can
shit,
just vibe out on.
Right. They're like, whatever, like that's what I want from this game.
Yeah. So the last thing I was going to bring up, which you're just like when you're talking about it, is the recent data has shown that people play stick to fewer games than older games. But I would also really be curious about like if that also could be recontextualized into not just older games, but established franchises, which seems to be like what a lot of companies believe people. So, and I would say Assassin's Creed is one of those, even though this is a new entry, it's still an older series that's been around for like almost 2 decades now. And it's like people will come back to these types of games, and these are the few ones that they will keep coming back to play. So they spend the most amount of time in that. So maybe that also, I guess like I'm more curious about, for like personal curiosity, I'm sure developers or publishers would love to know, is like the people who this is like one of their few games they want to play, or Grand Theft Auto when 6 comes out, or Call of Duty. What I wonder if they like what their feedback shows them about like how many hours is too many hours for even that type of person. Like we say like 100 hours is like they were gonna buy one game, they want 100 hours. Like they probably play that over
For me,
many,
it's
many
not about
different
the
weeks.
hours, dude. For me, it's not about the hours at all. It's about Ubisoft's structure. It's about doing that same fucking thing for the entire game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there are no
Getting too
interesting
repetitive, you mean?
RPG quests here. Like, this is an RPG with absolutely, like, no impact to dialogue choices or anything. And, like, there are no cool missions. Like, I've been saying
see.
this for like 15 years now about this franchise where in the original Assassin's Creed games, every assassination target was an event.
Yeah.
It was a thing. You're
true.
tailing somebody through a mall. You're sitting on a bench, like getting information, and then you're going to track them to a place and take them out. Like every single time you get to a new zone or unlock an entirely new set of assassination targets, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing every time. So, like, if you give me Red Dead Redemption 2 and it takes me 80 hours, like,
That's generous.
the length
80
is
hours?
neither, yeah, like, whatever. The length is neither here nor there because, yeah, a lot of missions end in shooting. Like, please hold your comments. But, like, there's a lot of different variety. A lot of those
Yeah.
missions, you're doing things. In Red Dead 2, you do things, like, one time. You, like, you know, you do the train robbery, like, once. Or the bank robbery, like, once. Or, you know, pushing weird things onto train tracks. You're doing
Unique mechanics.
individual things
Okay.
throughout the runtime.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, go to the base, kill the guy. Go to the base, kill the guy.
That I won't defend.
Go to
I'm
the base, kill the
truly
guy.
Only talking about like the length and breadth, like of
Yeah.
the map of the game. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Hubert, maybe some of the difficulty is balancing how many people expect it to be like newer players coming in who have heard about this and you're giving them that, and then what if they have like the rug pulled out from under them, or it's like I don't think that would be necessarily true because you're just asking for like the core game to still be the same but have unique mechanics. But like I do wonder how many people are like, I don't have the same gripe as you and like love like, dude, this is all I love. I just like
It is
want like
comfort.
I want like 50 hours of that.
That's my
but also
lizard
like
brain for sure.
But how long do you think it's been like in this kind of like formula, like the newer style of Assassin's Creed game? Like have they been? Do you feel like they were evolving for a little while since was it Origin or Odyssey was the first one? I forget.
Origin.
That they did
Origin.
like the RPG mechanics.
Yeah.
Have they really evolved much since then? And they like hit a stagnation part, or you know, or have they really just been following the same formula over and over again since that
This
one?
is
And
definitely like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla for sure. Maybe like a little capital L more tight and like focused a little bit. But I'd say even to counter that is like the biggest disappointment for me with this game is the story. This is a story now I've been following for years. Like I love the little Easter eggs about the assassins and Abstergo. Like anytime that shit pops up, I fanboy out. And it's like, one, I'm really shocked and I am so sad to do this. I do not like criticizing this. But I think the voice acting is terrible. I think it's like some of the worst voice acting I've heard in a game. Is
obviously
this
you mean
game
English,
for real?
right?
I've been bouncing back and forth between immersive mode, which is like Japanese
And Portuguese.
and like the English dub. I think it's just really bad. Like I don't know if I'm
you
the only
told
one.
me you thought that. No, you're not. You told me you thought Yasuke's English.
Yasuke's
was
English voice acting is really good.
Yeah.
Everyone else, side
a
characters,
mess.
Naoe.
It's a damn mess.
It is. It is rough. Like there's a character, like this thief companion type character that comes in later on. Like I thought it was like a parody. It was so bad. It's shockingly bad. Like I was shocked.
Can I ask? Sorry, I forget. There's a voice actors strike going on, right? Was this impacted by it, or
I don't
not?
know.
Like,
That's
could
a
that have?
good-
Some
is
people
that one
get
of-
like free passes to like resume
That's true.
work
Some
and
companies
stuff.
do.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
don't know
sure
if
if this was
Ubisoft
something like that.
was on that or not.
Yeah.
I can check.
Yeah, I mean it's distracting.
It's a
It
great
definitely
thing.
is distracting.
Yeah, it's a great thing to bring up. But I mean, yeah, I would just put on immersive mode and not worry about it because
I just
something
feel
went
bad
down.
because Yasuke's. I really
love it.
liked
I know.
Yasuke's voice
English.
acting.
Yeah, I agree. He's really, really good. He gives a great performance overall. But yeah, the story is just a letdown. It's just going from one, one nameless, faceless, lifeless character to the next of assassinating. And it's just like, it doesn't really feel high stakes. It loses a lot of momentum, kind of drags on. And that, when you have that story, those story inconsistencies coupled with repetitive gameplay, that is when you really start to feel the length and the repetition and the grind.
You mostly played as Yasuke, right?
I do both, but that's the last thing I do want to bring up is, and then we'll talk about the hideout real briefly. But there's two different characters now. First time since Syndicate.
Real quick, Huber.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you move on to character difference, because I wanted to push back just a little bit on what you said with the repetitive nature, because you played both to death. I just need to have a little bit of a frame of reference here. Ghost of Tsushima versus this, because I felt Ghost of Tsushima did become very repetitive as well. It's beautiful and as great of a game it was. Those same activities just came on about the set, because it's 3 sections. Like about halfway through the second section, I started to feel this is fun and I like it, but like I don't think this is offering anything new yet. Maybe they have. I didn't finish
There were like
it.
25 too many foxes.
Yeah, I was like, it's clear,
yeah,
but like I was like, I know this is the thing right now with these style of games, and this is kind of like the limitation we've hit. It's very hard to like create unique mechanics for multiple different missions in a single player focused game like this, or at least it seems like that. So yeah, I just didn't know like if you had reflected upon like since you had played through all of Ghost of Tsushima and its extra content, like how it maybe in that regard how it compares a little bit, or did you feel that fatigue as soon?
I never really felt the fatigue in Tsushima, just with the foxes. Way too many foxes. If you do that open world checklist stuff, of course. But I think the main thing with Tsushima is 1, it's shorter considerably, and 2, Jin Sakai. The story. That is a clearly told and written story that has meaningful stakes throughout the whole way. You are invested in Jin, or you should be. I speaking for myself, I was very invested in Jin Sakai's storyline and how it would all just play out. Like I wanted to get to the end so bad to see that. Whereas this, it's like, I guess I'm just hoping for like a Marvel Cinematic Universe Easter egg here, like ha 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 Abstergo, ha 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 shit, like Assassins and Templars, wink wink, because like Naoe and Yasuke's story, self-contained, are just like not the best. It's not great. Like I don't. I found myself like struggling to care.
I mean, I that's a good point.
I'm very interested to see how I feel once I've played more of it, because even though I've played 8-10 hours, I still feel like I haven't done anything.
Yeah, you're like tutorial
yeah,
still.
that's pretty much. So I'm interested to see how I'll feel once I like get to do more stuff, especially as Yasuke, because you start as Yasuke and then you go to Naoe and you play Naoe for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 different characters, Naoe, the ninja, basically, and then Yasuke, the samurai. I've been saying this the entire time. This is my hot take. I don't know. People disagree. People are pushing back. Naoe is absolutely 100% obviously more fun to play. You have more tools. You have more things to think about. You sneak through the environments. You have to be stealthy. You can grapple. You can climb everywhere. You have your tools like kunai and shurikens. You have your big, your scythe and ball chain weapon. Like, I love sneaking around in the shadows. It's really, really fun. But my pushback to that is it's so much more time consuming. It's so much more of a chore to be her when you can just be Yasuke and slam through the front door and mash R1, R1, R1. You are invincible. You are OP. It undermines her entire gameplay. And like people will push back about like, oh, well, like try to push yourself, like be her, get into the RP. And it's like 2 things. 1, I don't like like these fake limitations on a game. If something's in a game and it's a mechanic, I'm going to use that mechanic. I'm not some weird like, I'm not going to use that in a game. That's just not my style. Like I'm going to play the game.
I mean, it's just, is your goal to enjoy playing the game or is your goal to win? Because if you enjoy playing as her, then you do that.
But it's
right?
but I'm saying it's hard to enjoy being as her. That was my second thing. Is the game is not good enough for me to want.
Okay.
The game is not good enough for me to want to take the extra time it takes to clear some of these bases.
Mm-hmm.
If this game was incredible and I was super invested in the storyline, about the world and the RPG elements, it'd be like, dude, yeah, I'll use Nawe, like let me really inhabit this world. But the game is just like, no, just like kill the next one, get the next chest, kill the next one, get the next chest. So it's like I kind of just want to get through the game, so I'm just going to use Yasuke because it's faster, it's more efficient. He's in the game, it doesn't feel like cheating. It's like, who do you want to be? I'll be him. You're asking me who I want to be, I'll just be him. Slam through the door. Kill everyone. It's crazy. I mean, that's my weird take, but I truly think it's valid because I think Yasuke's gameplay just undermines all of her cool mechanics. It makes it so much more tedious and time-consuming than it ever needs to be. And of course, there's times when you have to be one or the other, but for the vast majority of the game, you can. Who do you want to be? Boom.
Yasuke.
So that's just where I fall on that. I know there's a lot of different takes. What do you think of that, Gabby?
I have been having fun playing both of them. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of takes online after you tweeted.
Yeah.
No, before you had told me that you were only playing as Yasuke, pretty much. But then, when the embargo came up and everyone was like, oh my god, it's so fun, like Naue is so fun to play. I was expecting a tweet from you. I was
like, dude, let me tell you how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had fun playing as both of them. Mm-hmm. I think, I don't know, but I love in Assassin's Creed like clearing a base.
Yeah.
I love doing that. But I have a feeling I will enjoy doing that for the first 30 hours of the game.
Exactly. The first
and then I'll
10
be like,
bases.
okay, I'm just going to tear through this.
Because some of these bases, like, I don't care how good you are, like, it's going to take time. It's going to take fucking time to clear these bases. Like, if you had seen, they're going to chase you down, then it's like, okay, let me run over the wall, break line of sight,
also,
let me, like, mash out these enemies.
Naue
like,
is real, like, she gets hit twice and you're dead. That's the thing.
Super
this
spongy.
game, I do like how difficult this game is,
good
at
AI.
least in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like if
they
you get
you,
caught in the what?
They notice you like pretty well, which is good. Yeah.
And like in the beginning, like I died a bunch of times as Yasuke and as Naue because I like the mechanics are there. There are the like fighting as Yasuke, like doing assassination or
brutal.
Where you like it turns to black and white and you like
So
shoot across,
sick.
like so sick,
So
sick.
cool.
You're cutting people's heads off and
Yeah.
shit. So fun. And Naue, like if you get hit twice, you're starting that mission over.
Yeah. It's just sad because like in my, I'm not a dev. Who am I to say? But in like in a perfect world, in my perfect reality, this game is 45% shorter or more, and you just play as Naue. Yasuke, I'm obsessed with and I love, but I truly think he is so OP that he undermines the game. Like this is a game where
That's what I was gonna ask.
This is a game where I just want to assassinate people and like be stealthy and feel those assassinations. Like,
do you think it would fix the game if he was just not as powerful? Like if combat were harder?
Or if you played as him in like very specific sections and it was
like,
this cool
you went
thing.
and you got intel as Naue and then you could like go in later and kill other people as Yasuke. Or there's just like you can only do some missions as Yasuke, you can only do some missions as Naue, and they're like very specific to their type of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like air assassination from a rooftop is like one of my favorite things ever in a video game. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So just more Ubisoft bloat. I'm really torn. My lizard brain is obsessed with this game. It loves the dopamine and just chilling out in feudal Japan. But when I think critically about it and compare it to other things, the series past and other open world contemporaries, I see a lot of flaws. So it's tough. And then lastly, there's the hideout. Gabby, what do you think about the hideout?
Huber
Couldn't capture the hideout. It was really weird. Every time I tried to capture the hideout, it like corrupted my files. I was like,
Weird.
There's also like a bug where the
close to the-
hideout is
hidden.
locked at 30 FPS. They're like
too
gonna,
many cats.
yeah, it's like weird. Yeah.
The hideout, I haven't gotten to do a lot with the hideout. So far, I find it confusing mostly. I mean, as I showed you, I accidentally put like 30 cats in my hideout.
Yeah, Damiani, you can. The best.
correct.
The
And
best
then I
part
couldn't
about
find them to delete them, so I just have a
Delete
30
them.
cats.
the best part. One of the best parts about the game. Any like dog or cat or like animal basically you see, you can pet, and it unlocks by petting an animal. It unlocks that animal.
And
that
you can have it in your
You can
base.
have it in your hideout.
Akitas, Shibas.
Hell yeah.
Cats,
It's so cool. Yeah, the hideout's really cool. I'm sorry I didn't get footage of that. It was literally corrupted like every single time.
That's wild.
But you can build a lot of your base. Base is a big part of this franchise. Montereggiani in Assassin's Creed 2, upgrading the shops and all that. Obviously Valhalla, your home base. This one you can actually like put the buildings in the places
Yeah.
you want, which I really appreciate. They give you stat buffs.
You can make like paths and different types
paths,
of buildings and
rocks
like,
and trees.
You can really that can be a really big part of your game if you want it to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you can get lost in the hideout for sure. I bet you'll see some crazy hideouts.
Beautiful
online
hideouts
for sure. Mine is so jank.
I have
is
like
so
one
jank.
building and 70 cats. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. Any closing thoughts? Assassin's
think
Creed.
so.
Think we dove deep there.
Yep. I'm excited to play more.
Yes. I know. I'm so critical of it, but I still like it. It's like we're swimming. It's like that's the thing is like every time we're swimming in Assassin's Creed, it's like it should be better. It should be better.
I mean, do you think this one's better than Valhalla?
Too soon to say. Too soon to say.
Okay.
That one dragged on.
know,
Oh my
I know.
God. But I still feel like the goal was clearer. Like this game is just all over the fucking place, dude. It's all over the place.
I mean, I did see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, this is the best Assassin's Creed in years." So maybe you're
They say that every time. They really do. They say it every time.
Well,
Like, oh, Valhalla, it's the best one
each
of
one-
the new ones. Like,
Yeah, maybe
Assassin's
different
Creed
ones, the
isn't
favorite
for you
ones.
anymore.
No, I still love it. I still have so much fun. I can
gonna
sit
say,
here and
yeah.
be super hypercritical, but I still have so much fun. Like, I'll get credits.
Huber
I'll
has
play all the
outgrown Assassin's
DLC,
Creed.
all the updates.
And you'll
No.
complain about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Sometimes what happens with you too is like you're too good at a game and you just
That I
think that
think
that's
is also
everyone's
true.
experience.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're just like Yasuke's easy as shit, and then like everyone else is like he's not. But like I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying that,
That
has
might be the
in
case.
the past been the
That might be
case.
the case. All
I
of
have
Huber's
cranked
opinions
it
have a
up on
little
hard.
asterisk next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just
Do they-
opinions anyway.
Did they do like harder difficult things anymore with these?
Yeah, I cranked it up, but again, it's just again.
Well, like when you beat it, do they have any like special ones anymore? Or-
No.
I don't know if they ever did something like that.
No.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
But it's the exact same argument I have. It's like I crank the difficulty up, but the game is not good enough to warrant like playing arbitrarily on hard. It's
I
not like
see
a
what you
Souls
mean.
game where there's one difficulty or like
Yeah.
I'm not
Or like it's so fun you want it to be really hard.
exactly like Ghost of Tsushima lethal mode we were talking
yeah.
about briefly, Damiani, where it's like, dude, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, the combat's sick. Like, let me crank it up because I want to engage and enjoy it. Like, put it on hard, put it on lethal, whatever. Whereas this, it's like I don't need it to be.
Yeah.
I think that was a bit of like a gimmick. To me,
Yeah, yeah,
though.
of course,
Like
of
it was
course.
fun to try and like.
Yeah.
All right,
Hell
that's
mode.
cool, but
Hell mode, Onimusha 2, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
I did, yeah.
Assassin's Creed, one of the messiest franchises of all time. Just so messy.
Yeah.
So messy. Yeah. Love it. All right. Next up, a little preview we did. Very excited about this. This will be Bloodworth's B-roll here. 33 Immortals. Not to be confused with Clair Obscura Expedition 33.
It's the year of 33.
Yes. Look at Bloodworth reviving me, starting this clip out with me dead. Excellent. So this is a 33-player Hades, basically.
Oh, this game, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Full disclosure, chat. We got bad news right out of the gate. Let's get it out of the way. Private lobbies for all 33 of us is coming at a later date, probably in the summer or something. So when this game comes out, it's going to be early access, even on console
So how
early
did
access.
you and Bloodworth play together?
It was a timed event.
Okay.
The servers are open from 2 to 4 or whatever. Everybody hops in. So we unfortunately, right when the game comes out, the one thing I wanted to do was like, dude, chat, group up, 33 of us. Like, let's get in there. So it's only 4 people party, a 4-person party for now, but they are confirmed adding private lobbies down the line, probably for 1.0 release.
So you can group up with 3 friends.
Yes.
But then it's okay. It's
but not 33
randoms.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 33-player Hades basically. You have a little hub area with characters, kind of like Hades, where you can talk to them and they will give you little missions, or you can change your appearance. You can upgrade your permanent abilities. In the bottom left there, you see how attack has there's attack, health, and one other thing.
Hugs.
Yeah, basically hugs. Yeah. You can get things to improve those base stats permanently, but then also from a run to run, those stats will be affected on each run you do.
What is that last one? It just looks like 2 people hugging, but what is?
Yeah, maybe it's your
Probably camaraderie or something.
Yeah, you have a co-op move. There's multiple classes, so I was using a guy with a big heavy sword. It was the tank class.
Of course you were.
Blood's doing it right there. That move, right? That's the co-op move. Somebody can go in that and then get a buff.
Oh, cool.
But they don't know how to do it. Yeah, see, there you go. I don't know what that one is. The sword one is 2 things shoot out, and then if 2 players go inside it, they get a bubble shield that lasts a little while.
Great.
So yeah, it's just really co-op focused. You have one big map, and I think there's going to be 3 total maps in the final game. But basically, the gameplay loop is you have your hub world. You go in there, pal around, get your missions and your upgrades and whatnot. And then you go into the level. And yeah, there's 3 of them. One of them, the very first one is 33 players. And I think the later ones might actually be less players.
Oh.
But the first one is 33 players, and there's a big map. And you have to finish 12 objectives. And then you'll be able to fight the final boss of that stage. The thing is, when you die, you can be revived 1 time. And then if you die again, the body cannot exist without the mind. If you die again, you're out. You are out of there. Oh. So in my run without Bloodworth, unfortunately, we got to the final boss, but there were only 8 of us.
And when you get revived
stomped
the first time, don't you revive at half health?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have way less health. So going down, managing your health in this game is insane. Because it does not come back very easily. You have to use resources to bring it back. So, your health is absolutely your most valuable resource. On the map, there's little mini dungeons like what you're seeing here that only 6 players can go in at once out of the 33. Really, really cool. 6 players go in, have to clear this little mini
How do you choose
arena.
Which 6?
Whoever gets in. Whoever goes in. Oh. So I kept spamming come to me, let's go, let's get in this thing, let's go. I was getting impatient
because Huber.
Yep. Where it's I automatically saw the code. I knew exactly what needed to be done with this game. Let's go in the thing, kill the thing, get buffs, and people are just roaming around doing nothing. I was get here, everyone. I even messaged Blood. I was we really need our chat right now. Yeah. Boons are on the far left side there. You get boons throughout. You start out extremely weak, obviously because we didn't have the permanent upgrades as well, but in a given run you start out really weak, and the buffs we were getting were insane. By the end of it, we were so strong. So yeah, you finish those objectives, and then you fight the final boss. And the final boss was crazy, Damiani. It was like full-on AoEs, MMO vibes.
What's happening?
I actually have no clue what's happening there.
Yeah.
The final boss would drop these like ice shards on the ground. There were a ton of them.
Hell yeah.
And if you didn't kill those ice shards fast enough, unblockable attack, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Heavy
DPS,
damage. Yeah.
DPS
check, Damiani. Full DPS check. You have to kill those things fast enough.
You're gonna shot at people, man.
It's like, yeah, dude, get it. Kill the ice.
Do it now.
Oh, I think this is it, actually. I think this is to fight the final boss. So Blood did have a good run here. Yeah, we're in this is to unlock the fight. So you have to clear all the objectives. Then you do this crazy little arena battle here.
So much is going on.
As the star fills up, and then you'll fight the final boss. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it felt really, really fun. And I think the main sell for me of this game has always been 33 people together. Grouping up with chat to play this together. I think this is going to be such a fun stream game and just such a fun game to play with each other. Because even Monster Hunter, we can all get into the link lobby or whatever, where it's like a lot of us are in there, but it's like still only 4 of us can go out on the actual hunt, which is a bummer. People have to sub in, sub out. Here's the boss coming up. Well done, Bloodworth. Look at this freak.
Is he the
Tears of ice or something. Crazy.
Whoa.
If you're not watching, it's like a 3-headed bat skeleton demon character that is just gigantic. Lucifer. Fighting
it's just
Lucifer.
the devil.
Yeah, with its like ice heart.
Has wait, are the bars on the bottom? What is?
I don't know what that is. It looks
Too
just
bad
like
it couldn't be 40
ice.
people to be like a 40-person
where
raid.
it's
Like,
attacking.
wow, right?
No. The bar's underneath the health bar. Lucifer's health bar.
Oh yeah, it looks like some kind of stun meter, perhaps. Yeah. But that's it. Definitely a game I am eagerly anticipating for the full release. It'll be launching in early access in the coming months. And I'm excited to see how it does, to see if it has legs, because I want to play with everyone. Will you all play with me?
Of course.
Yeah? Damiani, you going to play this?
I'll give you a run.
What about a run? So generous. What about you, Isla? You in?
Sure, man.
Excellent. What about you, chat? Are we grouping up on this? Are we playing this together?
How much does it cost?
I'm 95% sure it's on Game Pass.
Oh, so then I probably can't play with you.
Don't
Unless it's
know.
also on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it's only Xbox PC, actually. Shit.
Maybe it'll be on
PC.
Steam Deck. I don't have a PC.
Oh, yeah.
The Founders Pack is $8.99. $14.
So chill.
What the hell?
It might be a little more expensive when it actually launches. Games sometimes do that. They're cheaper early access. But yeah, it's out now in early access. It's literally out now, March 18th. Wow. It's out. Yes. Early access, Windows.
$20, I guess.
$20?
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
And there are other things you can get, but yeah.
According to the team, this is some Gabby lore. According to the team, 33 was chosen because each part of the Divine Comedy has 33 chapters.
Okay. That makes sense. 33.
We got more to come. It's been a fun show so far. We've been talking about a lot of heavy hitters like Assassin's Creed, a lot of new announcements from the future game show. So if you've been enjoying the show so far, consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and ringing that bell on YouTube. It really helps us out. Helps us stay connected with you. Just hugs all around. We're talking about video games. We're trying to be a good voice for this industry because it's chaotic out there. The discourse can be a little, I don't know, there's a good word to describe it. Just a little harrowing. A little unfortunate. How about that? Also, if you want to sponsor this podcast, and put your name.
What color is that?
Gray. Gray means no. Why do we not say it here then?
What? Because on the
Educate me.
On the weeks where we have an ad from somebody else, he has you not say that because there's an ad. On the weeks that we don't have ads, you say the thing about,
why
hey,
wouldn't we
put
say
an
it
ad.
every single time?
I think we should say it every time too, but this is what Bloodworth has us do.
No, we should
we're gonna say it every time.
100% say it every time.
Yeah. If you want to sponsor this
Overruled.
podcast, overruled
Yeah,
Bloodworth.
Bloodworth is out on his ass.
Yep. It's a new era, Bloodworth. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Some changes when you come
There are
back from
puzzles
GDC.
in Huber's script, yeah.
There are laser puzzles.
Yeah. If you want to sponsor this podcast and put your name right
Huber,
here.
dude. No, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
For the second time during this. When that Talos Principle comes out, I'm making a laser puzzle for you.
Yes, please do it. The end all be all of laser puzzles. One
gonna be
laser puzzle to
needlessly
rule them
cruel.
all. What?
It's going to be needlessly cruel.
Hell yeah. Like, dude, I'll take a week on it, for real. I'll try to solve that thing for a week, Isla. You have a week.
I told
anticipate
you.
the text messages.
I told you what I'm
for a
going to
week.
do. I told you the gimmick I'm going to do, but I'm not going to repeat it to see if you remember what it was.
I think it was you're going to have the answer right there in front of my face, but it won't be clear that is
Close.
the answer.
That's close.
Something like that, I remember. If you want to sponsor this podcast and put your name right here in this beautiful space, like look at all this beautiful space, get in touch. You can email us at info@easyallies.com and we'll get you all the details. But now
you say this part too, yeah.
and now a word from our sponsors. It could be you.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Allbirds or Skims or whatever, you probably think about their brand, their products, their website, maybe their ads, but do you ever think about the business that helps their business? Business? Like the back-end stuff, the sales stuff? For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%. Meaning, way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So, if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/allies, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/allies to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/allies.
If you're a patron of Easy Allies, we love you and thank you so much. All right. Also this week,
All right.
Damiani is taking control. I'm very excited.
Damiani time.
Yeah, it's Damiani time, everyone. This is
Can I make-
exciting.
If this continues to be a thing where Damiani is the captain of Also This Week, I'm not giving you this job, Damiani, but just
Blood
in case.
likes to be the captain of Also This Week.
Yeah,
That's-
Blood loves
She
it. We're
won't
gonna have to
let
fight
anyone
for
else
it.
do
Yeah,
it.
this is like this is probably
But I
Blood is
want to
gone.
make another graphic for because my Damiani question time or whatever, that little graphic I made only got used once. So I want to make a Damiani's headlines graphic in the same style, so we can put up on the screen when you.
That would be really cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hot off the presses. This was
yeah.
this was a little
love hot off the
under
presses.
an hour ago. Nintendo dropped some Super Nintendo games on the Switch.
Oh, baby, what do we got?
We got our monthly update. We
do we
got
got?
Lord of Darkness in its tagline, introducing a new kind of troublemakers. I don't know. We got Nobunaga's Ambition.
Nobunaga.
Nobunaga.
Ro-
It's the year of
The
Nobunaga.
year of
Yeah.
Nobunaga.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms 4, Wall of Fire.
Wall of Fire is an unhinged subtitle.
And then it says, prepare to be romanced. And then, I forgot Nobunaga's Ambition's tagline was, be ruthless, your rivals will be. And it says classic version for Super NES. And finally, New Horizons. Looks like Cutthroat Island is the artwork on the box art. The ultimate
shout out.
role-playing adventure. It's like, okay.
Great shout out.
Oh, it's good. Sorry, Uncharted Water New Horizons. I'm sorry, I couldn't see the Uncharted part. So that is the games coming on March 28th to Switch Online. Also,
just want to say the budget. This is always my favorite thing with Cutthroat Island. The budget was $100 million and it made 16.
Yeah, it was
On
nuts.
Super Nintendo?
The movie
right?
Cutthroat Island. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
how do you know that? But a movie, that makes
Huber
sense.
loves game budgets, man.
I love movie budgets. I love game budgets. I love it.
And more potentially feel-good news. We don't know what it is yet, but yesterday, the Game Informer Blue Sky account sent a message out, a video, showing the original Final Farewell message playing on a laptop. And then several former Game Informer staff, like Kyle Hilliard, Cyril Vasquez, Charles Hart, Blue Skied. I don't know what the verb of it is yet. I forgot. Boosted those. Reskied. Yeah, I don't know what it is actually. I was like, what is it actually?
Repost.
Yeah, they just reposted. Let's go with the basic terminology. Reposted it or posted this continue clip. Like yes, no, continue with like a Game Informer like magazine, pixel art version of a Game Informer magazine. One with like Metroid. One of them, I can't tell what this other one is. I'm not, but from famous games, and I'm failing for not remembering this other one. So is it a possible revival of Game Informer? What's going on? They are pointing to March 25th, I believe, is the date.
5 days away
also,
from right now.
Yeah. More other staff have been like kind of like hyping it up as former staff have been hyping it up. Chad
is screaming at me that if you play the audio backwards, it says 100% of the staff are back.
Oh,
in that video.
100%
and
staff.
I said it, Chad.
Yeah, and the crazy theory is that people are like maybe thinking like Ben Hansen and MinMax pulled this off or something. Like maybe he bought it or something. Like,
dude, that'd be nuts.
Bought back Game
Is he
Informer.
a back kind of budget?
I don't know, but the one thing that is important to take away is that
I mean, if they were
awesome.
using it, like the IP,
Maybe
like,
IP's cheap.
the fact that the Game Informer accounts unfollowed GameStop. So they're not following the group the company that owned them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're not part of them anymore. And the fact that former staff are, seeming positive about it, that was the initial concern, is that people thought GameStop was trying to, do something with this, which seemed in bad form after what went down.
Yeah, of course.
But it does not look like it's something like that. But we don't know what it is. But the vibes in the room feel like maybe it's a revival of some sort. And yes, March 25th is the date.
Cool. Could be a revival or even like a documentary or something.
But
about it.
All the staff are back for the documentary?
Yeah. Like a full
They're
retrospective.
back. New issue, Huber. Grand Theft Auto 6 cover.
Dude.
So, okay. So is the prevailing theory that it's a magazine again?
Don't know.
Maybe
Maybe it's a website.
could be a like a podcast.
yeah.
Could be
Yeah.
100 things.
Yeah.
Don't even know anything. A more realistic theory that has been circling is that they got all the backups and archives, and that they're going to be able to present the rich history of Game Informer preserved as it should have been.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
maybe
Victor
have,
Lucas has been
maybe
doing
have
that
control of that. Yeah, that
with
would be
Electric
a win.
Playground, like back episodes.
Yeah.
It's been really funny. Like debuts one like every week or so. Just preservation.
That's exciting. I hope it works out. Like,
Yeah.
we've had various people try to bring back different things.
Yeah,
and it
G4 I
usually
think
doesn't
of.
has not worked out. But I think if it's like, but I also think it's been clear why those things have not worked
100%.
out. So if they like believe in it and they have like a clear vision for what Game Informer is going to be in, the year 2025, then that's really exciting. That is really, really exciting.
Yeah, shout out Game Informer, shout out MinMax.
Yeah.
Sorry to have time. This was done so fast. I would have maybe provided these images, but there apparently was an unearthed pitch for a Final Fantasy IX animated series. And some people who are artists and showrunners and creators of other shows have apparently are confirming that this was a real pitch. And it was like set after Final Fantasy IX. It was Vivi's children. Vivi's children were mages living in a world, and something has gone wrong. And they were supposed, and it had like this really beautiful art style, which is why I wish I could have, got the images. But it was called Final Fantasy IX: Black Mage's Legacy. Whoa. And yeah, and it's like set after the events, and they're
so
in Alexandria. And some people were like speculating maybe this was the leak, but it's not like the one everyone thought like Nine's being remade, but apparently this is not it.
Okay, so still Keeley has it.
This is not that. It was at least confirmed that was not that. So the 9 remake is still alive.
Keeley will reveal. Keeley will reveal, Damiani.
Oh, we got some pictures.
Yeah, this is from. It was a post on Gaming Leaks and Rumors on Reddit. So that's the source. If you want to go check it out, you can check out the Imager galleries there and some of the files that corroborate all this.
Would watch. Would pay to watch.
Looked really cool.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Speaking of something that probably might be coming to fruition, Variety reports that Split Fiction movie is in the works.
Here we
there's
go.
A bidding war beginning for it.
Bidding war.
So Hazelite Studios is shopping that around and trying to get that. There might be some more inklings coming from GDC possibly.
More video game animes, please.
Bidding war right now.
I feel like live action video game adaptations are so erratic and so hit or miss. Anime in recent years, like the anime adaptations have been so much better. I think of and even not animation like Mario.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm going to shout out Shenmue, Cyberpunk, Devil May Cry is coming out, Castlevania. Like there's been so many good animes. Not necessarily with live action movies, but we'll see what they do. I mean, it could be an animated movie. Like Split Fiction's kind of got a animated vibe, maybe.
I hope.
I don't know.
A girl can dream.
Yeah. Good for Joseph Ferris, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your bag.
Hitting the big time.
Yeah.
Get your bag.
Hollywood bidding war, dude.
Even though he said fuck Hollywood.
Yeah. What the hell?
What if he gets an Oscar someday?
Oh my God. Please. Holy shit.
Oh man. Full
circle, dude. Full circle.
Absolutely.
He gets on the stage at the Dolby and he says fuck video games.
He's like, hey, brought me good luck. Say F whatever next you want to be into.
Yeah, exactly. That's called manifesting.
What a character. So good.
Another instance of a hidden 60 frames per second mode in a Switch game has been discovered. WCCF Tech reporting that Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition has a hidden 60 frames per second mode that will not work when enabled, further lending credence that there is a path for Switch games on Switch 2 to run at enhanced frame rates at 60 frames. We just, so it looks like there is potentially infrastructure there and functionality already in some games for that. This is just another one that's been unearthed, the latest one. So
top 10 words, dude, unearthed.
Follow the breadcrumbs on that one. We'll see. Hey, we're like a week away. We'll find out in like a week. So
the remains were unearthed in the tomb. That's what I think of. Some like Egyptian like archaeology or something. Sick.
This one's a little sad, but also related to some GDC. The GDC Awards were last night, the Game Developers' Choice Awards, and Kotaku was the first I could see the report that sadly no one was around. This is their headline. No one was around to collect the Life is Strange Double Exposure Award for social impact following the layoffs.
Yep.
So they were former developers in attendance, but they just weren't aware they were getting an award and nothing was organized. Apparently, one of the former devs did go and pick up the award eventually, but obviously, this is a pretty profound statement that award-winning game, we've had studios shuttered. Now it's like there wasn't even anyone there to pick up the award.
And especially, I feel like if the opportunity to make a really nice speech and say, important things about the state of the games industry, like,
Yeah,
they missed that opportunity, and that's disappointing.
it is.
Exactly.
But also, if I'm Square Enix or whoever, I don't want them to make that speech. So.
Yeah. Failed to meet expectations, Damiani, yet again. Life is Strange. Failed to meet sales expectations.
Exactly.
I'm a little concerned
Hey.
what the future of this franchise is now. I am very...
Square Enix owns the IP.
We're in a very
so,
bleak spot with Life is
Yeah.
Strange. It is bleak. It is like at this point, I'm expecting nothing more. Truly, at this
I-
point,
Yeah.
it's in.
It's
not
lost
a shame.
records now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
last record.
exactly.
Best case, you could hope maybe Square Enix shops the IP to someone else, like
Dude,
sells it.
don't nod, like buys it.
Wait, are they gonna make
Because
a
I don't think it's in the
movie or
cards for their current plans going forward of like what their current CEO wants to do, what they want to focus on. So I wouldn't be shocked if either that or it's just gonna be shelved like indefinitely. Sadly,
Why do I feel like at some point there was discussion of a Life is Strange movie?
probably.
I think they were gonna
Sure
do a
there was.
show or a movie.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was being discussed. I don't know what
Yeah, who
the current
knows?
state of that is.
Who knows?
But yeah.
Speaking of Square Enix,
Yeah.
they are suing. Polygon
What?
is reporting that Square Enix is suing to stop a front mission style mecha game from being released in the US because they allege that the developer used assets from a terminated development deal.
What?
So they were
Wait.
okay. So Square Enix was trying to revive Front Mission with a new game announced in 2022, Front Mission 2089 Borderscape. It was being developed by Blackjack Studio. Never came out. Got terminated. And then in a lawsuit filed in Seattle a few days ago, March 13th, Square Enix said they terminated the license agreement and canceled the game in October of 2022. So months
it's been a
after the
while.
original announcement. But in October of last year, Blackjack Studio, also known as HK Tentree in the lawsuit, released a mecha game called Metal Storm, also known or Mecharashi, and it literally is like using the same maps and assets. Like
so it's sketchy.
You can't
So
do
yeah,
that.
it's released. Yeah.
It's like the Blackjack or whoever made these assets, but they don't belong to them. They belong to Square Enix, right?
Yeah,
That's
this is
the
where I would
issue?
love
Yeah.
like an industry lawyer who or someone who's familiar who's dealt with contracts with outside third party studios to develop what it is. But it does seem like some people in the know who are speaking up are saying like, yeah, this is 100% illegal. You cannot do
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
you
It is.
cannot take.
Well,
you
here's
were
the
paid.
thing.
You were paid for those assets, even though the game didn't come out. You were still paid. You got your payment.
Right.
So
And if they could maybe because it's so small, they could maybe get away with publishing the game if it was free because they're not profiting off it. But even then, that's really dicey. Like, ugh.
Yeah, people were trying to
can't
say like,
do
oh,
that. You
Power
cannot
World
do
set a
that.
precedent, but it's like Power World at least like they look similar, but it's like
They're
not
not the
literally
same.
taking it. This is literally assets and like map layouts and stuff that are like identical to what they were showing.
That sucks if you're an artist and you made those things or you're a modeler or whatever. Of course, that sucks, but you signed a contract. Like, you can't now be like, well, I made it. Like, that's unfortunately.
This reminds me of a thing that I saw on somebody pointed out a job listing to me from Netflix for Night School Studios, and in the fine print at the bottom it says, please only submit a writing sample if you agree to the following. You understand and acknowledge that Night School Studio may already have or may in the future receive or develop materials independent of your writing sample which may be similar or identical to elements in your sample.
Yeah,
You
that's-
agree that
Yeah.
Night School
Dude.
Studios has the unrestricted right to use these materials without any obligation to you, and that you have no right or recourse against Night School Studio for use of
Crazy.
these materials.
Of
and like
course.
That
I
paragraph
see
is at the
why
bottom
they're-
of like everything.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like I see on their side why they would do that so that nobody could sue them for because I've pitched things and then like a couple of years later be like, that's the first line of Seedlings. Why is
Yeah.
that in your movie? But people I
It's-
pitched Seedlings to, but like
It's so insidious.
yeah.
but it's also just like, hey, we're just saying like we can steal your shit and whatever.
Yeah,
My
totally.
friend,
It's kind of nuts.
I let my friend the same exact thing. Like, worked on a screenplay for like many years, and then shopped it around. And 1 year later, two identical movies were announced and came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are the movies?
It was about like it was some like military like drone thing. It was like right when drones were getting really popular, and like 2 drone movies came out, like one straight to DVD and like one in the movie theaters. Like
That's fucked up.
I mean, it's
Evil
like
Eye.
parallel thought does happen.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
Yeah,
ants
yeah.
and bugs life, whatever. They can
Yeah.
happen at the same time. And like, I believe that does happen.
for sure.
Volcano
But
and-
it is interesting when it's like, that's literally a line from the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this
like-
is yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely because if you check out the Polygon article, they do a side by side screenshots from the trailer and from gameplay, and it's like, oh wait, it looks like it's just like you're looking at like a year newer build, like oh it's had a year developed. Oh that's a different game. Like no it's not. That's the same game. I was also gonna add like this is also why I think like a lot of places can't accept unsolicited ideas or pitches or things like that because they open themselves to indemnification and lawsuits and stuff like that. But yes, this seems pretty clear cut. So
Yeah.
while we were just like
Why?
not happy with
Why
like what
do
Square Enix
this?
did with the like Life is Strange, this time good and bad. They roll with the
Yeah.
punches there. So this
Like,
time they
I
seem
just-
like they're on the right. Yeah.
Why even attempt to go toe to toe with Square Enix? Why
The
open
risk
yourself up
might
to that?
be worth the reward. In
I
their
think
eyes.
I also
But
wonder
what the
interesting-
reward is going to court.
But maybe they thought they could have like squeaked it by and nobody would notice.
And
Or
maybe
that they'd
also
get
like
away with it.
maybe
Yeah,
they
I
think Square Enix
guess.
is in a bad financial situation that they don't want to go to court, but like they kind of I think you kind of have to because like you don't defend your IP, you're at risk of losing your trademark. So
Yeah.
at least in U.S. law, I don't know about international, but in the U.S. you have to protect. your
Damiani,
trademark.
you effed yourself because when we talk about these court case type things on the Easy Allies podcast, you're gonna have to give us updates now. You're gonna have to give us developments
I
as
don't-
this
yeah, I don't
as
know
this
if-
goes
yeah.
on. Yep, you're
I'm
the
not
guy
sure-
now.
It'll be interesting if
Probably
like
not
the goes.
You're the
I
court
think
reporter.
I'm more interested in knowing like why it was canceled only like within 6
Yeah,
months after its
yeah.
announcement. That's like
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would like to know. I wonder if it was, not far enough along and in the new the current CEO's direction of like, we want to change focus, and this fell under one of those games that it's not going to be AAA. It's not it's not a big enough franchise for us. We don't want to like do this anymore. But we'll have to. We may never know, but maybe we will. One more small thing, and then we have the big one. Apparently. So new headline: Sega reveal on their Sega's Japanese Sonic website. They have a new page up for the Sonic timeline.
Sonic
There's
was
a-
in Jeopardy last night too. It was a question
Whoa.
about who voiced Knuckles, and it was Idris Elba.
It
Or was the other way
stars-
around. It was who did Idris Elba voice? Yeah, sorry.
It has prehistoric time,
Who is-
and it starts
Prehistoric
with Sonic.
Turtlesaurus.
So Sonic World Adventure is first, but I didn't. The best thing was
Wait,
tens
Sonic
of
World
thousands of-
Adventure?
Yeah,
Adventure?
Sonic World Adventure is the first game in the timeline. Then it has a headline: Ancient Man and the Chaos Emerald, and it's tens of thousands of years ago, and it says Sonic Frontiers. I didn't know Sonic Frontiers was that like far in the past or something. I'm like, wait, what? Sonic Frontiers is a ancient
then-
game?
Is 10,000 years ago? How is
Tens
Sonic
of
alive?
tens
How is
of
Sonic-
thousands of years ago.
Does Sonic time
Is
travel?
that not Sonic?
Is it Sonic's ancestor?
I don't know. It says the ancients took the Chaos Emerald and took refuge on Earth, and they built I guess events. So it doesn't take place. Sorry, events. The backstory of Sonic Frontiers takes place tens of thousands of years ago.
Got it, but
Sorry,
not
this is
actual.
I don't know Sonic lore well enough.
Okay.
But you can go to sonic.sega.jp. They have a page now for the timeline. They even have a part with this thing about Dark Gaia's Earth's destruction, oldest record. Looks like something out of the Wind Waker's, like the opening of Wind Waker, like the scroll and everything. I'm like, dude, they're going hard on this.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like there's
This
a
is
lot. Like when you get to
amazing.
modern times, it's got like Sonic 2. It's got
2,000
Sonic and
years
Knuckles.
ago.
Sonic Mania's in here.
200
Sonic
years
Superstars,
later.
Sonic 4 Adventure, Shuffle. They got like everything's here. I don't think they got Shadow. I don't think
This
they got the
is
movies,
sick.
but
Wait, so
this is insane. Sonic
just like-
Riders.
The lore is happening in this order, and then Sonic
it's like
is
the
all
whole
in one
lore of everything.
time?
It's like
Dude, Shadow was 2,000 years ago.
I just
What?
got to know what the most
Was
recent game is.
he
Okay.
2,000 years ago, or is the lore 2,000? You know what I mean?
Sonic 2006, events of Sonic 2006 have something the furthest in the timeline. There we go. And Frontiers.
Yeah, what's
Those
the
are
very,
two
very
furthest.
end? What's the very, very last?
The very end is something about the changed future world in Sonic the Hedgehog from
Dr.
2006.
Eggman attacks.
Sonic 06, end of the timeline. That is insanity.
Yeah, that's insanity. So fun stuff. If you just want to like dive into it, that's always fun things to do. Even if it's complete like nonsense.
It's
Yeah,
so
like,
fun.
gibberish, but
It's goofy fun.
oh my
Yeah.
lord,
This is
dive
so
into.
long.
Dude.
Yeah, I was like,
More.
why does it keep going?
more.
That expands each episode.
Oh, okay.
Hey, end of the timeline. End of the timeline. The world is in a state of peace. That's great. That's great. Yes.
Sonic 1. There we go.
Thank you, Sonic. Finally, we have peace.
We have peace. And our final headline, Circana, February numbers dropped.
Here we
for
go.
The numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new entries from February that made it into the
Oh.
top 20. And obviously, you're going to guess a few of those. So, obviously,
I got a couple guesses.
Number one.
Monster
like
Hunter
everyone, yeah,
was
absolutely.
March.
Monster Hunter Wilds, number one, not even
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Capcom taking that big win right there.
Get it, Capcom.
A lot of discourse though about the PC version versus console. There's like, and even Matt Piscatello was like chiming in with some of the like data he's allowed to give about the numbers being so big, but clearly being able to expand into new Asian territory, especially China, has really upped those sales numbers like over
Jeez.
like world. So, but console sales people are debating back and forth. I don't really know. I haven't dug into that, but it did very well.
Got
But
it.
like there's some question about like how well it's doing on consoles compared to PC, where PC it's just like blowing up. Like
Blowing
absolutely
up.
the smartest decision, Capcom. So Square Enix, take note.
Yep.
Number two, a sequel to a game that had controversy about it. The first
Kingdom
one,
Come Deliverance 2.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, number
A
2,
truly
taking that
phenomenal
spot. A lot of people saying is an amazing RPG. The second one,
Absolutely
so
phenomenal.
there
video
you go.
game. Yeah.
third new one, newest entry in a
Dynasty
very
Warriors.
storied
Fiction.
sim franchise.
Storied.
Civ
oh,
7?
Civ
Civ.
7.
Civ 7. There you go.
Nice.
Number 4, and it's also our fourth new entry, also from Take-Two Interactive, a sport game.
WWE?
WWE.
No, that was
No,
March.
what?
Oh.
What? There is
College?
an event. No, it's not that. It is a more.
And the show is March.
No. You do hit balls in it.
Tennis. Golf.
No, golf. What is it?
PGA something.
PGA Tour 2K25.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
4. All right, 2 more. This one, a lot of people would have maybe felt this game bombed and didn't do well, and like had this the what was and maybe another misfire, but ended up at number 7. Is part of a series, but its name wouldn't let you guess that it's part of a series. Microsoft published it.
Flight Simulator?
Blood loved it. I think a lot of you
Dragon
loved
Age.
it. What?
Dragon Age.
Not that.
Avowed?
Avowed. There you go.
Oh,
There you
Avowed.
go.
Okay,
Coming in
okay.
at number 7.
Nice. I
And
gotta
our
get
fin-
back to that.
Yeah.
Good game.
Our final new one, Huber.
Yo.
Sega.
Sega?
Sega.
Oh, Pirate Yakuza.
Pirate
There you go. Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Hell yeah.
Coming in at number 8. Those
Love
are
it.
those are your 6 brand new entries.
Those are some
Sick.
good entries.
They are.
Yeah.
This
Usually
year's
Blood
cooking.
does a rundown of the top 20, so I'll just do that real quick.
Is
We go
Dynasty
back.
Warriors Origins on the list?
No, it is not.
Damn it, dude. This is the
Nope.
moment.
lot-
It's
I'll say
finally
this,
happened.
a
I
lot-
love this Dynasty Warriors game.
There's a big change here.
Finally, after
Huber.
decades.
What is the game you always guess that's on here that's never on here? But
GTA 5.
It's back, baby, because they changed their
PC patch, dude.
No. They're no longer delaying their sales, their digital sales by 3 months.
The
Matt
one
Casella
fucking
updated
time
that.
I
They're
don't
gonna
say
drop
GTA 5.
The sales are immediate now, so
God.
it'll be in the charts.
Oh my god.
They were just like penalizing themselves because like they can never be reported on.
Dude.
Like who wants to hear about their sales 3 months later? So GTA 5, number 9 this month. It was 4 last month.
It was number
But
4.
it wasn't in there last month because they don't include because they
That's
weren't
why
allowed
I
to be
say it every
included.
time, dude. Damn it.
So it has been in the charts. It just
Yeah.
hasn't been allowed to be revealed. It's in
There's
the
some
charts.
redemption there. There's some
Yeah.
redemption.
There you
Okay.
go. Speaking of
Okay.
redemption, Red Dead Redemption was also in there at 14. A lot
Red Dead
of the
Redemption
usual
2?
Yes, jumped from it was 7 last month, fell to 14. A lot of the usual suspects are starting to get in the bottom half. So
Kaiser
we'll get to-
Thursday?
let's go backwards
Usual
real quick.
Oh.
And 20th was Astrobot, still hanging on,
Nice.
but it is getting a bundle next month, so it's probably gonna jump back in,
Bundle
stay
with what?
in. It's getting a PlayStation bundle. It's gonna be bundled with a console, I believe.
Oh.
Smart.
I see.
Yeah.
Like Playroom was kind of. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Sparking's at 19, it's holding on, probably
Win for
being gone.
anime.
Here's a big one that's probably going to drop in the next month or two. Elden Ring, 18, almost off that list.
Yeah.
Also,
But
Night Rain's
what about
coming.
Night Rain? Yeah. I think it'll maybe drop off for a month. But
maybe,
then Night Rain's
yeah,
gonna
you're
come
right.
back
You're right.
and-
I forgot about that. That probably will keep it
Yeah.
on.
I think that's why it's still there.
People
Yeah.
catching up.
Yeah,
getting
people
catching up.
hyped on it.
Also,
Even though
maybe,
they're separate games.
Yeah.
hanging on a little bit there. At number 17, Helldivers 2. I mean, made a ton of
Nice.
money, did very well. But
Still going.
dropping down.
Yeah.
EA Sports College 25's at 16, also starting to fall. Hogwarts Legacy at 15, starting to see that
Never
falling off
stops.
as well.
Never stops.
Red Dead, we said, is at 14. Marvel Spider-Man 2 at 13. I mean, that's
Nice.
real good
Yeah,
because,
super
that came back. EA Sports FC 25 dropped to 12 out of the top 10. Minecraft at 11, it just bounces back and forth
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
Movie hype a little bit.
Movie.
Madden dropped to
hype.
10 from 3. That
Wow.
was, falling a little faster there. We said Grand Theft Auto 5 at 9. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, and Hawaii's 8. Avowed 7. Number 6, dethroned from last month. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, no longer in the number 1 position. Fell to number 6.
Yeah, it's moving on. Moving on to the next one,
Number 5,
It's like
NBA 2K.
March of the next year. It's like time to
Yeah.
just wait
Yeah.
for the new.
Yeah.
Yeah. NBA 2K25 is number 5. PGA Tour 2K25 at 4. Civ 7 at 3. Kingdom Come Deliverance at 2. Monster Hunter Wilds at number 1.
Feels good.
One last small headline from all this data from Matt
Hot off the
Piscatella.
presses.
Giving us an update for, you hate this, the
insiders.
I wanna say this, the updates on PlayStation 4 and 5 sales and Xbox Series X
console
versus
wars.
Xbox One.
yeah,
So
yeah.
console war stuff.
Console wars, yeah, sure, sure.
Piscatella posted out that after each platform's first 52 months in the market, PS5 unit sales exceed PS4 sales pace, so the pacing by 7%.
Okay.
So PS5 is doing better than PS4 at the 52-month mark.
I
Yeah.
see.
However,
7%,
Xbox
that's
the
pretty
rate
noticeable.
is faster. Yeah.
Xbox Series now trails Xbox One at this marker by 19%, by almost 20%.
Oh.
So there you go.
What?
Whoa.
20% behind Xbox
One.
One?
Yeah.
Dude, that is
And
just
that's
a
Series, so that's X and S combined.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
not
okay.
Yeah.
That is a
said-
straight up failure. Like, wow. That is
20%
shocking. I am
that's
shocked.
bad.
Yeah, I'm really shocked.
That's huge. And you said
Because like one was at
5
coming
is
off of
leading by
360.
7%, something like that?
7%.
7%?
Of 4. Yeah, Xbox 360 being like
Sorry,
king
what was-
console, and then like Xbox One was a misstep, and then now this is doing even worse. Like that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I was just double checking something, and that's why I didn't hear the question.
You said it's 7%. 5
PlayStation, PS5 is 7% ahead of
Okay.
PS4. Sorry. I was just reconfirming that there were no Nintendo first-party games in the top 20 overall for February. The best performing Switch game was Mario Kart 8 didn't make the top 20. So yeah, and Switch was also third. I forgot to say, PlayStation 5 was number 1 in dollar sales. Xbox was number 2. Switch was 3 for the month of February.
Yeah. Switch 2 is coming out.
Yeah, we know Switch 2 is coming out. And Monster Hunter Wilds immediately shot to the number 1 best-selling game of the year also as well.
Amazing.
It's Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and Civ 7 are in the top 3 spots.
I really want an Animal Crossing Doom / Barbenheimer moment with GTA 6 and Mario Kart. Like, if those came out at the same time, it would be just like, that's it. Like,
Grand Theft.
Shut all the games down. These two will feed us for the next year.
The memes would be so good.
It'd be
oh my
so
god.
good.
Please.
Mario Kart Auto or something. Yeah, Grand Theft Kart.
Grand Theft Kart.
Yeah. Be so fun.
Be like
so
Mario
hype.
holding an assault weapon in the streets of Miami. Yeah.
So jolly.
Hey,
Damiani, thanks for doing all that, dude.
Yeah,
That's great.
No problem.
Shout out. It's time for love and respect.
Oh, there it is.
Do the thing.
I was like, yeah, when are you doing it?
Kept you waiting, huh? Love and respect.
That's really off on that one.
No, that was good.
It was great.
Damiani, you're perfect.
That was perfect.
I almost went too soon because I can't hear it, but I go off the click like animation.
No, you
now.
basically nailed it.
Yeah, you basically nailed it.
From Brandon Kagan. Hello, everyone. Happy 9th birthday to EZA. It's wild.
What day is the our actual birthday?
We started on 321.
321.
321.
Oh shit, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Shit.
It's crazy. 9 years,
Just
everyone.
schedule some tweets.
3,
Thank you.
2, 1, let's
Thank
jam.
you, everyone. 9 years.
9 years.
It's awesome.
I've said, there's a oh my god, what is her name? Liza Minnelli. There's a Twitter account that's like Liza Minnelli has outlived.
Yeah.
And if things have like companies disappear or like celebrities die, it always tweets like Liza Minnelli has outlived, and I want Easy Allies has outlived.
Yes, I love that. As Easy Allies celebrates 9 years of operations, I thought I would ask a two-pronged question. Over the past year, what do you think was EZA's best moment? And for the coming 12 months, what is the goal for the company to strive for as we get ever closer to reaching the decade milestone? Thanks for taking this submission. If you do, once again, congrats on making it 9 years under the EZA banner, post-game trailers, and stay easy, fellow allies.
So best moment of the last year?
Yep. And something that, a goal for the next 12 months.
Well, the goal is easy. Earn a living wage.
Yes. Earn some money.
Survive, yeah.
Survive.
Let's get more more eyes on our content.
Yeah, we need to grow the audience.
Yeah.
For sure.
And what was a good thing?
Moment for the last year.
Months.
I liked one of my highlights from last year was Huber getting to interview the 7 Rebirth devs at the studio.
Yeah.
Like anytime we get
Oh, that was great.
people in the studio like that, that helps with our goals as well. So that
fun.
that's like a pretty good opportunity to have.
Yeah, kind of falling into this more like preview route. Obviously we're not doing really reviews as much, or if at all anymore, because it's just like so time consuming. We have less people, so we need to play more things rather than like fewer things more.
Yeah.
Is kind of the main thing there. But yeah, just kind of sliding into like way more previews and way more interviews. I like that direction Easy Allies has gone.
I'm going to say when the whole crew was here for Summer Game Fest.
That was
I
great.
loved having Damiani back in the room.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Just
it was
get
always really
everyone
fun.
palling around.
And we had Brandon here too, right? For
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And of course, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiddie Pool Wave Race. Yeah, that was in the last.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, wait.
Yep.
Going to Gamescom again was really fun.
Yes.
And TennoCon was really
Tenno.
fun. Tenno. Yeah.
So sick.
I never forget about Mysterious Monsters Dino Pulse. I
Never.
love Mysterious Monsters.
Yeah. It's very we want to give you all the things.
We do.
Listeners and viewers. We want to. It's hard. Irunion. Irunion, thank you. Irunion. Greetings, allies. It was just announced that Xenosaga Pied Piper, a phone game released only in Japan shortly after Xenosaga 2, was recently recovered, having been considered lost media
Whoa.
for a
I
number
love
of
lost
years.
media.
Yeah, this is
the
sick.
concept of it.
The group that recovered it has begun work on a translation patch as well, which will make this the first time the game is playable outside its home country. Makes me think of Dragon Quest X. Like, let's get that over here one day. Suffice to say, it's a very exciting time to be a Xenoblade fan. Xeno or Xena? What do you say?
So
Either's acceptable.
Yeah, either's
Excellent.
acceptable. I think
Excellent.
most
Excellent.
English people say Xeno.
I'm going to go back and forth.
Might be
okay.
more.
I'm going to use both.
Either and either. Don't
Yeah.
you use both? And
Yeah.
Neither and neither.
Yeah. I say either, I think. I say both, I guess. It's a very exciting time to be a Xenoblade fan. What are your feelings on Xenoblade as a whole and Lost games in general? What are some lost media pieces you know of in the gaming realm that you would want to see recovered if possible? I will immediately say Resident Evil 1.5. I want to play that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3, and I'm going to finally play through X finally.
And I really like
and
Xenogears, dude. I never finished the first one, but what I played was incredible.
I played a good amount of Gears, didn't finish it, and I obviously know like what's up with the final disc stuff.
Yeah.
But I never really got into Xenosaga. I didn't play 1 through 3, and any other derivative stuff I've never really gotten into. But I mean, there's a lot of like fantastic shared universe stuff in there, whether working within the limitations of that series has moved from like Xenogears with Square Soft at the time to Xenosaga series with Bandai Namco to now Blade with Bandai Namco and then Blade with Nintendo now. But yet they still manage to reference things like and have stuff like Cosmos being in 2 as one of the random gotcha blades you could draw. So I think, it's really good. And like X seems like, it's dropping today. It's already out. They did a lot of quality of life updates to it to overcome some of the more tedious grinding nature of the original release on Wii U. And also it's on a more accessible system now, like a still current system for, at least a few more months. But also, as I said in Else this week, will probably be brought forward on the Switch too, with like running a little bit better on there.
Yeah.
So
60 frames.
yeah, and also I would say X is a little bit, as we understand it, standalone. If you're not down the rabbit hole, it will appear very standalone to you. So you don't need to have played 1,
Great.
2, or 3 to understand
Just
it.
dive
So,
in.
Yeah.
Very good one to jump in, and very different. It is probably the most like is an actual seamless overworld. So it is a true open world Xenoblade,
Damiani,
whereas the
you
other
made me-
ones.
Oh, sorry. You made me realize something while you were talking, that we have it's like a Caribbean situation, because I was like listening to you talk and you did this, and then I was like, wait, I do this too, because I always say Xenogears, but I say Xenoblade.
So that's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so
I always say Pirates of the Caribbean, but I say I'm going to the Caribbean.
my
You just
thing-
said the same
Caribbean,
thing twice.
Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
weird thing is, up till like sometime with the Blade series, everyone around me pronounced it Xenogears and Xenosaga, and so I generally will have a habit, like it's ingrained in me to say Xenogears and Xenosaga. But I started to hear more people, including people who are more like gotten a little bit more hardcore into the series, as I've like kind of like still played as a casual fan. I used to be way more into it back in the day. they pronounce it Xenoblade, and I hear it more said as Xenoblade nowadays. So sometimes my mind tries to retroactively apply that, but I also realize that to the audience I'm speaking to, they probably only know, like, they're like, what's Xenogears? It's Xenogears. So it's like, that's like, it's like almost like, I mean, look at all the not controversy, but I think it went over a little bit more smoothly than people probably anticipated, but like Aerith to Aerith, making that official. But like there was also that kind of like the hardcore fandom where like it was always Aerith. You're like, what are you talking about? Like it was just a mistranslation. Whereas this, it's like it comes down to a pronunciation, the regional variances. So I think like when you're probably speaking to a primarily like English speaking audience, Xenosaga is probably gonna like be just fine and like seem more natural. And I think like for saying Xenoblade is just fine too. But I mean, if you like are probably like a content creator or someone who's like a lore person or doing that type of coverage to seem more like a real one, you're probably gonna say like Xenoblade or something like that. So
it's like
I don't know.
Aluminium.
I go back and forth, and honestly, as I said, like Ghibli, like probably
either is applicable.
Yeah,
both are fine, and both have been used by official like representatives. So
more Lost Media PT.
Oh
yeah, PT is like
that's it.
That's a good one.
That's the one.
Dude, did you see? Was it Ken Kutaragi showed he has a legit PlayStation, like this Nintendo PlayStation? He has like there was thought to only be like one. And that those retro collectors one got sold for like an obscene amount of money. Is it Kutaragi, chat? If someone's looking at chat, they could let me know. I thought it was, he said, showed that he has one. And it's like in pristine condition.
Dude, sick.
It looks like it just came off out of the factory. I was like, what?
Hot off the presses.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, yo, is that like you should sell that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, not sell. I mean, like
value.
Manufacture multiple.
It belongs
of them
in a museum.
Yes,
partner
it is
Nintendo and release that shit. Like let's instead of a classic console, instead of an N64 classic, give us the Super Nintendo PlayStation classic. Like yeah.
Also, Resident Evil 4, the original prototype, where he was like fixed cameras and the
all the
Resident Evil
dolls.
like fake prototypes. Like, give me all that shit. Yeah. Any other lost gaming media? Isla, do you have a lost movie media?
I do.
Oh.
There's like Buster Keaton shorts that got destroyed.
Nice.
They got played so many times, and there was just one reel. They got played so many times that they just.
That's devastating.
Oh, you know what they actually are? They're like introductory videos that Paramount or whoever would play for new employees, and they starred Buster Keaton. So there was
MGM,
only one
I know,
reel.
yeah,
MGM, thank you.
Yeah.
There's only one reel, so that they would play over and over again to these employees, and it just like got played too many times, and it's gone. Yep.
That's gnarly.
On Silver Globe comes to mind where they have half of it, but it was Andrei Zulawski, whatever, they were shooting it. And then they had to flee the fucking country for war reasons or whatever.
Gosh.
But the crew smuggled out what they had shot.
I remember
and
you
it's like
telling me
this
about this.
glorious, fucking weird, high concept sci-fi movie. It's awesome on Silver Globe. But
didn't you tell me they narrate the
director
second half?
narrates the parts that are missing because it's not just like half. It's like they have this scene, they don't have this scene, they have this scene. But he narrates the parts that are missing over modern day Warsaw, I think.
Crazy.
It's awesome.
Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yeah.
Jodorowsky's Dune is sick, yeah. That would have been nuts.
We dream of the day that Nintendo and Square Enix will iron out a deal to bring the complete version of Xenogears out, right?
Yeah.
The last disc completed.
We live in a good era for revivals and remakes and all that stuff, so you never know. Everything comes back, dude. Everything returns. That's my catchphrase. Alexander Zirianov. Hello, allies. The community of no longer existing Easy Allies forums have recently concluded our 11th Hall of Crates.
Oh, wow.
Our version is very similar to yours. We present games in a 1,000-word essay. 5-minute videos are also allowed but rarely used. Then each person asks up to 2 nitpicking questions per game that only the presenter is allowed to answer. After that, we secretly vote for the best 3 presentations, and the 2 top scorers get into the Hall of Greats. Because of everyone's stacked schedules, the entire process takes about a month plus the time to prepare your presentation. So we do only about 3 Hall of Greats per year.
Same.
Same.
This time, some of us were too busy to participate, so there are only 5 nominees. Here they are.
All right.
First up, Burnout Revenge.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Don? Burnout Revenge thoughts.
He's busy.
Filibuster until he gives
No,
us thoughts.
stop.
All right.
This fucking Severance finale is out.
Presented by Oscillator. Next up, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, presented by JD Incinerator. Minecraft, presented by Capin Bobamas, who also organizes each ceremony.
Nice.
Resistance Fall of Man Hype, presented by Games Gan. And lastly, Stray Gods, the role-playing musical,
Oh, okay.
presented by yours truly, Alexander Zirianov. As always, no games got banned, but only 2 were added to our Hall of Greats. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim with 8 points, and Minecraft with 9
That
points.
would be my guess.
2 very legendary games there. That sounds very correct. Very nice. To turn this into a question, do you have any fond memories of the games that we've nominated this time? P.S. All 22 games that are currently in our Hall of Greats can be seen here. Sweet. Any fond memories of Minecraft or Elder Scrolls Skyrim?
Oh, yeah. Minecraft. We made a whole damn show.
Yeah. Yeah, you were just talking about it. See,
Yeah.
thanks.
Skyrim is not my type of game that I enjoy. However, recently people were posting glitches from Skyrim and what's the one before it?
Oblivion.
Oblivion. And they were making me laugh very hard. So I really appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, Minecraft is just the domain of my nephews at this point.
Yeah.
Like everything. In fact, I just saw McDonald's is doing a adult meal, Happy Meal for Minecraft, where you can get the
Crazy.
McDonald's mascots as Minecraft versions, and then there's the kids meal that has the actual Minecraft characters. It's like, oh boy, I'm gonna have to help get some of that. I'm gonna have to probably do that. Other than that, Skyrim, the 2 parts. One, wandering into I didn't play a ton of it. I streamed it, and just well after it had come out, it was trying to fight one of the dragons in a field by a house, and a enemy wizard was also by the house, and I was trying to fight both of them, and I managed to kite the dragon into the wizard, and they started fighting each other. I was like,
So sick. Turf war.
I was like, get wrecked. I'm like, cause everyone's like, you're not gonna win this. I'm like, I don't have to win. And then trying to scale the mountains and stuff to see the limitations of the true open world nature, and getting up to a high mountain with a stream on it, and a deer just hopping around, got in it, and just went over the edge. And I was like, what the okay. I was like, I get
That
Skyrim
jank.
now. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, at this point, it's been so long since I've replayed it, and it's been so memed that my fondest memory now is Thomas the Train Engine and stuff, or just all the memes, or Macho Man putting the Macho Man on the dragon, yeah,
Or
That
the
stuff's
John
so funny.
Cena,
It's so good.
yeah.
So funny. Real quick, lightning fast. The Hall of Greats is Final Fantasy VII Remake. No, sorry, Final Fantasy VII Original, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, Super Mario World, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, so now Oblivion and Skyrim are in there, Witcher 3, Batman Arkham Asylum, Outer Wilds,
Hell yeah.
Doom 2, Last of Us Part 1, so it looks like the remake, not the original, Apex Legends, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines,
Hell yeah.
Persona 5, Stardew Valley, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, Talos Principle,
Hell yeah.
and Outer Wilds, and Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodlines.
Yeah, damn.
Isla, are
This
you
is a good list.
stuffing the ballot box here?
Yeah.
I'm big on the forums, yeah.
Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, Super Mario Odyssey, Katamari Damacy, Alien Isolation, well done. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, Skyrim, and Minecraft. There you go. Boom.
Nice.
Hey.
Amazing.
All right. By the way, right after this brief message, we're going to be doing some bonus love and respect questions. They are always a hoot. They are always a blast. So if you want to get in there, if you want to get into those bonus love and respect questions and the extended cut of this podcast, consider becoming a $5 patron. That's cheaper than everything. That's literally cheaper than everything. Everything. You can't even go to like Del Taco and get out of there for under
get out of bed
$5.
without spending $5.
It's actually insane. So consider that. You'll also get this podcast 2 days early, ad-free. Submit questions to Love and Respect, and you get into our official Discord. We need your support, so please, seriously, help us out. We love you. We love bringing good conversations to the video game discourse. And if you really want to help us out, you can join one of our producer tiers. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. And this month's shout outs go to Jabawabs, El Thanis, and Raymond Wheeler III. Shout out! Now come and join us for those bonus questions. Time for bets. All right.
That was
This week's bet. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. The first Berserker Kazan is coming out next week. Very excited for that game. Very excited. This time, next week, we are going to look at the top 10 open critic reviews. How many times will we see the word Wukong? How many times will we see the word Wukong?
Me first.
Damiani, the arrogant
of course.
child, first.
all right. I'm gonna go 1.
One time. It's a good bet.
Hedging.
It's a great bet.
Hedging.
Bloodworth, the Wicked Worm, is out. I'm just going in order here. Isla, the Whimsical Scum.
4.
4 times. Dawn, Punish Castellanos.
6.
Yeah, now he talks when he can get his bets in. I see how it is. Yeah. Gabby, Strange Valentine.
Are you writing these down?
Nope.
10.
Damiani was 1. Isla was 4. Dawn was 6. And Huber, the Fancy Stars member, coming in with lucky number 7.
Whoa.
7 times. So I'm
1, 4,
I'm wedged.
6, 7, 10.
I need like 7 or 8, or I die. Last week's bet. What will the number of Twitch viewers be on Assassin's Creed Shadows this time? I checked earlier and it was looking hopeful. And it went down considerably. Are you fucking kidding me? Right now?
That's what it is currently.
Dude, don't do this to me.
But I mean, it depends on the wording of the bet. Is it right now?
No, it's right now. It's right now.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, it was
63,000
double when we
points.
started this. That, oh my god. Okay, do the math.
You want me to do the math?
No,
No.
he's doing it. He's
Oh
doing
my
it.
god. I had it. I lost it. We took too much time. I think Bloodworth gets it. Bloodworth had 41,000. I had 85,000. So he's 21.2 away, and I'm 22 away. Yep.
He's 22.3 away,
Yep.
and you're 21.8
Wait, so
away.
you're closer.
You're
I'm closer. I'm closer.
Although it did just go down to 23.2 or 63.2.
No, it was
but
right now. It was locked
you're
in. It was
still-
locked. We were locked in.
You beat him by like less than 1.
Whoa.
Ah! Finally.
Crazy.
I got a point.
What was I thinking with my bet?
Finally. My god.
I said 26K. I was like pretty close.
Thank goodness. My god. Which brings the scores to Dawn Punish
Yeah,
Cost.
wait. Say what you bet.
Oh, I bet 85,000. 85.
Yeah, nobody. You didn't say what anybody bet, but yeah,
And,
Huber
and-
wins.
Yeah, I had 85 and Blood had 41. Then everyone else didn't matter. Damiani had 12. Isla had 26. Dawn had 12.6 and Gabby had 6. Yes. Bringing the current scores to the Punished Castellanos with 4.
Dispatch. Me llamo Castellanos. Welcome to the competition, Huber.
Finally, hey, I'm glad to be here. Happy to be a part of it. And Bloodworth, the Wicked Worm, with 2. Those are the top 2. And,
You do yours because you got in.
Yeah, and then the Fancy Stars member, Huber, with my first point. Don't open that door!
Perfect. You did it perfectly.
All right. They said it earlier, but to reiterate, the 9th anniversary stream will be Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, March 25th, from noon Pacific to 8 p.m. Pacific. That is an exciting day. It's a celebration to you, everyone, for getting us to this point, 9 years strong.
I'll post a schedule this weekend.
Nice. Yeah, schedule will go
Saturdays,
down. There will definitely, no matter what, 100% be a little more WWE 2K in there at
think?
some point. It's going down. I've been playing it.
Did we plan to have that in there, or you?
Yeah, we said it on the last stream. We said it out loud
well, yeah.
numerous times. Yes.
I think we should. It was fun as hell.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you, everyone that supported us in the past, present, and future of Easy Allies.
Oh man, that's the same day as whatever the Game Informer thing is happening.
Oh,
Rivals.
so maybe we can talk.
Oh well.
We can
Anime
Yeah.
Rivals.
We'll see what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I won for a change, so it looks like I get to do the shout out. Shout out. Shout out to the Dodgers, baby. Of course. Baseball is back. We had 2 games in Tokyo. They were at 3 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the morning. It was so damn comfy, cozy. It was the absolute best. Gabby watched some. Like everyone, the whole country. 25 million viewers in Japan watched this game. 25 million viewers were watching. So I don't want to hear anybody say the Dodgers are killing baseball. Baseball is thriving right now. So, yeah. What do you want me to do about it? Straight up. It's just my team. I love them. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm just... Yeah. Dodgers. 10 out of 10. Final word. The final word is... I'm coming for you, Don. I'm coming for you, dude. That's it. And that's my sign off. It's a threat. Coming for you. Let's play a game! Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, we play the Terminator song for our games. That's what we do.
Yeah.